from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of this nightmare, but when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to find. And if I wake tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home, when I'm gone. There's no way to go, no one that can see me through at the side of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the fear. Just out of reach of desire, was not aware of the start of hell, but when I stop to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'm
Before they go fast and start to power slide, we salute you with the big blocks, 4 wide, the crowd pounding, earth shaking, window rattling beasts of the Northeast. It's the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on G-Force TV.
Olsen, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
All right, Dirt fans, we're here tonight. We got the hometown heroes here for the, that's a good one here for the Cool Ray, Fast Line Racing Bodies, hometown heroes tonight. Well, season finale, we crowned a champ. We crowned one last night. We had some awesome, and the E-Extreme ETV Topside Tuesday. Tonight, we've got 3 divisions of dirt. And then we've got the late models on the asphalt side. So it ought to be an interesting one here. As we're going to push this thing over, we got some close battles, too, to talk about, Corey. But first off, let's get this thing gridded up for heat race number 1. Flatline Racing Bodies heat race 1. From Quality Racing Bodies produced by former NASCAR regional champ Dan Chapman. And who's over in Clarence, Iowa. So let's look at the grid real quick. Out front, Blake Chapman. Cody Graham starts in second. Joseph Canellis there in third. John Rayner up in fourth. Cullen Johnson fifth. Zach Chapman sixth. And Roger Craig is in seventh. So, real quick here, Corey. The battle. We talked about it last week with Spangler and Short. Those two guys were close. They're still close this week for the championship.
Yeah, Spangler and Flair are both. Last week they came in, I do believe it was only like 1 point difference. This week they're coming in 4 point difference. So that is before bonus points and penalty points. That is 2 positions on the racetrack. And you know, and I know if they don't get a good draw for the heat races here, and they have to start at the back of the field, I mean, that
already don't have one because heat race 1. Yeah, so that's ow.
Yeah, we'll see them in a later heat race, both of them.
I would say if they both or either one don't get in this second one, then they're going to start in that back somewhere, and that, like you just said, it could cause trouble, especially with the 305, because we know the 305s will get set to go green there in Heat Race 1. You know the 305s, how hard it is to pass anyways. So if you're marred back there in traffic, they could get into trouble real easy, one of them. And you just said it. We're only talking, what, 2-3 positions different.
Yeah, Valero right now with the advantage in the points, but right now Blake Chapman leading heat race number 1. He'll collect off on the first lap. Cody Graham there in second. Joe Canellis riding in third.
Absolutely. You got the dog paw machine out there. Canellis up in third. You got Rayner sitting right behind him in fourth. Get a little side by side right here. The 305s, they look a lot slower than what we're about to see with the 364 10s later. But we just said it. You see this single file here, kind of about all you can do with the 305s. You might be able to get up on somebody, but very tough to pass. You won't see a lot of slide jobbing here. Maybe some passing like you're seeing back here with Chapman and Craig and company as they get contact. But, Corey, it's just, if you get marred in traffic, it's going to be tough.
Absolutely. I mean, unless this track starts to wear in a whole lot and forces drivers to move up towards the top shelf of the track, then it's going to be tough to pass on the bottom.
Yeah, you're right. Chapman's out front. Graham's there in second. Canellis hanging on the third. Chapman's hanging on the fourth. White flag one more time.
Good lead right now for Blake Chapman. Chalk him up. Unless he makes a mistake here down at 3 and 4, he's going to pick up heat race number 1.
Good heat race for him right there, too. So, what a way to start off here. Championship week here we've had at Coast2Coast Racing League. Check it out here on C2CRL.com. We're going to swing it over here to heat race number 2, Langdon Mechanical. They're second to none, heating and air conditioning company. And their promise to their customers is they're going to bring their own trained professionals, one step at a time, all the time there with you. And that's their 100% guarantee to you, Langdon Mechanical. Let's look at the grid real quick. Kevin Fry out front, Joseph Grandy there in second, Gavin Chatham there starting third, Dan McLaren fourth, Pat Boyce in fifth, and Brandon Dittmer in sixth. And, Corey, I tell you what, heat races are clacking off here. I'm not seeing the top 2, so wow, they're starting to get buried in the field.
Yeah, well, not so much if one of them can win heat race number 3, that'd put them in third for the feature. But yeah, I mean, every spot on track is another 3 spots that you can make up. And Kevin Fry, he's going to try to start on the outside front row here.
How would it be though, man, in the next one here, if both of them start like 5th and 6th though? I mean, that's rough.
We got a couple of big hitters in this heat race. Brandon Dittmer usually running up at the front. He'll line up in 4th now after an EOL to Dan McLaren. Here we go. Kevin Fry he's on the loud pedal as much as that little 305 engine can pull. Hopefully not dramatic right there for you folks. I mean, it's the nature of the 305 car, a little bit slow on the takeoff. And oh my, we got some contact happening. Who is that around? That is Joseph Grandy around. Stay green, no cautions in the heat races. Kevin Fry still out front. Gavin Chatham, he's riding in second. Then you got a side-by-side battle for third. And Dan McLaren in the blue and yellow car on the inside. Pat Boyce in the blue car with the dog on top of the wing. And oh, Pat Boyce in the wall! And he's going to gather up Brandon Dittmer as well. Oh, my. So some carnage right there. Still Kevin Fry out front, though. He's got a good lead over second place Gavin Chatham. Chatham using the bottom. Dan McLaren in third. He's trying to maybe work in that high side for later on in the feature race. blow off the marbles up on the top side.
Sorry about that, had to step away. All right, well, you're right, man. Kevin Fry looks like old Pat Boyce in the pits.
Yeah, we had a couple of wrecks there between Dittmer and Pat Boyce.
And that's something that they don't want to see. Short and Spangler doesn't want to see.
Flara,
my bad, Flara don't want to see. Well, right now, though, what I want to see, though, is some guys out here that maybe hadn't won pull this thing off. I mean, we've seen a couple guys last night win, and it was awesome. So, you know, I know we're talking a lot about the points as looks like it's coming to a close, but got some guys out here still would love to cap their season off a win. So here we go. And boy, look at Flaro. He got that good start, as this is going to be the Venom Racing Heat Race number 3. Venom Racing, proud sponsor of the Coast2Coast Racing League 358 Modified Division. Let's look at the grid, and there we go. Jeff Flaro, if he wins this one, like you said, he starts third. You got Gary Taylor in second. John Krupa third. The man that's going to have some work, though, Patrick Spangler. He has not had luck in the 305 peel draw. It is just like the lotto. He probably just don't need to be playing it because his luck just isn't there. Steven Bixler starts fifth. And old Joe Moose. We got one Moose out here tonight starting in sixth. But the real talk here now in this one's going to be if Flaro pulls off the win here and Spangler does not get any better than that fourth place, I'm going to say Spangler's the one that's going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, I mean, if Spangler does end up in second place, that will put him P number 6 for the feature. And I mean, as good as that sounds on paper, when you need 2 spots on the guy you're battling, and he's starting 3 spots ahead of you, that the math don't math out.
And as what we've seen so far in just the heats trying to pass, I mean, don't take anything away. Spangler's very, very good on these tracks and these cars. But still, it's a 305. I don't care if you got all the talent in the world. Sometimes you're limited by what the track and the car will give you. And I think that's what we're going to see here tonight. And what we've seen all season long, these 305s, it's pretty much been, a little bit of luck here and there. A guy in front of him make a mistake as we go green flag here, heat race 3, and Flaro does jump out front. Spangler instantly gets up to third, though. He's going to dig and try to get what he can get.
Yeah, Spangler definitely going to be aggressive here in the heat race, try to make up position. He had to get out on the brakes and did not hit the back end of Gary Taylor. Gary Taylor, remember last week, he ran pretty good in one of the divisions of the sprint cars. I think it was maybe the 360, if I'm correct.
You know, one thing I've noticed about Spangler, he loves that low line, and sometimes it just does not work. Right now, it doesn't look like he's got the grip. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Look, he started off, he almost tried to get around Taylor, but instantly that 305, it's a momentum-style car on this style track. And you can see right there, no matter how fast he is, just cannot make up ground. It's almost dead heat even up front. So this is not good news, just seeing what we're seeing here in the heat race for the feature. Now, I still ain't going to take nothing away from him because you know how anything can happen. But just by what we're seeing here, Corey, it's going to be tough sledding.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now where he's running, if he were to finish in third, it would put him starting P9. He needs to pick up some speed here, get around Gary Taylor. We're going to see the white flag.
Flaro would start third, wouldn't he?
Yeah, third.
Oh, man, see, that's, I'm not saying he couldn't overcome that deficit because we've seen guys before. Good battle back up between old Moose. He done jumped up to fourth. You got Krupa right there side by side. But it's going to be Flaro unless something just drastic happens at 3 and 4. He's going to put this thing in victory lane, and Spangler's just not going to be able to get up there to Taylor. So this is going to set the field and set the tone here for our feature tonight and for the points battle. Flaro is definitely going to come in with the advantage. The folks don't go anywhere. We got a short warm up. We'll be right back in the feature time, crowning the champ.
For Lucy Olsen, she has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
All right, folks, here we go. Flatline Racing Body Hometown Hero 305s. We're about to crown a I'll get it out in a minute. Crown a champ here in the 305 wing sprints here tonight. Good season it has been. We're going to swing it over here to Super Dirt Car Series starting lineup and Super Dirt Car Series Northeast Premier Series for the big block modifieds. Man, they are the ground pounding, earth shattering, window rattling beasts from the Northeast. So let's look at the grid. Just a look out front, and Corey alluded to it. Blake Chapman's going to start her out front with Kevin Fry there in second, but Jeff Flero starting there in third, and another most notable name back in ninth, Patrick Spangler. So third to ninth, that's what, 6 spots?
Yeah, roughly six spots.
Yeah. So we were talking a little bit. You see, Cullen Johnson's going to round out the back end there. We were talking a little bit there during the break on what maybe Patrick Spangler has to do. We know he's got to be in front of Flero, but he could win and Flero finish third if all the bonus points in the moon sets right, okay? But I guess but if he only finishes in second and Flero finishes fourth, I don't think it's enough for him to pull it off. Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
If Spangler just has to finish 2 spots ahead of Flair no matter what.
So if he does finish in second, Flair finishes fourth, he could pull it off then. It'd be close. Now, granted, we don't know what the bonuses and all that stuff is,
Yeah, before bonuses and penalties and what have you.
Folks, just keep that in mind when we're talking about points. We are still not talking about what the bonus is, maybe any penalty points or anything like that. Because remember, those could come in clutch, especially we're only talking like what you said, 3 points?
4 points. So
that's what I'm saying.
That is 2 spots on the track. So Flero almost wants to just stay right where he is, or better, and Spangler has to come up through this field.
Spangler wants to go through a rocket.
He's got to hope Flero has some form of big mistake or gets involved in a wreck or something.
Yeah, well, meanwhile, you've got Chapman and Fry. They're out here going, you know what, guys, we understand we're out of the picture for championship. We just want to win and cap this season off with a good one on a high note heading it into maybe the next season. As here we go, pace trucks in, green flags about to fly, season ending here for the hometown heroes, Flatline Racing Body, Coast2Coast Racing Network to head off into turn one. You got Chapman out front. Instantly, Flero's down low, battling there with second place Fry, Graham, and you see Spangler, unfortunately, just marred back there in traffic.
Yeah, going to be rough for Spangler to make up through the spots. It's like Talladega racing around here in a 305. I mean,
3 wide back there.
Yeah, look at that, 3 wide. That's Grandy in the middle of Spangler and Steven Bixler, and oh my, somehow did not make any contact, and he's going to go 3 wide with him in front.
You know what, right here, what I'm kind of seeing, and I kind of conclude to what Spangler's doing. He doesn't want to get any incident points. It looks like he's been very conservative, but problem is he's got to be that aggressive conservative. He's got to be aggressive and conservative at the same time, so it's very hard to do. As usually do one or the other, and I think right now it's hurting him. He's falling back to 10. Meanwhile, up front here, though, we got Graham and Chatham battling out with Taylor. You got Fry and Chapman. They're up there battling for the lead. Flero is stuck in the middle of all this, and he's thinking to himself, I know these guys are going to be aggressive around me. How far do I push it? As long as I keep Spangler behind me, he could be in my rearview mirror, but as long as he's behind, heck, he could be in my front view mirror, at least one. As long as he's there with me, I'm fine. So what does Flero do in this situation? These guys starts racing hard around him.
Just know your situation. If you're in front of Spangler, it don't really matter as long as you don't accrue any. If he accrued 4 incident points, then it would make it a tied game. And
Spangler's already dropped 3. He's
that,
down
I
to
think
12.
it'd be Spangler.
Yeah, well, Spangler's already dropped way back to 12. Something's wrong. Something's off. He's just not feeling it tonight. That low line's not working. He is giving it up top. Meanwhile, Chapman, he's got it out front with Fry. Those two guys are kind of walking away a little bit from Flero, and I think you're right. I think Flero knows the big picture, just trying to ride by himself. Now, he's getting up there a little closer. He's, you know what, maybe now I know I'm safe. Get up here, maybe battle a little bit.
Yeah, Flair definitely in the safe zone right now, running in third. He doesn't really have a challenger from behind. I mean, Cody Graham right there, but Cody is not pushing the issue as much as he probably could, or he probably just doesn't want to push the issue as much.
Absolutely. So Chapman out front, Fry, Flaro, Graham in fourth. You got Zach Chapman there in the 5th place spot. Chapman's on the track. He's actually in front there of Gary Taylor. I go a little further on back around about 11th, 10th place spot. You got Dittmer and Bixler. And just unfortunate, man, we're just seeing the fall of Patrick Spangler. That car, for some reason, he has fallen all the way back to 13th, 14th.
As he's falling back, I think what happened is he was on the bottom of the track for the start and just could not get a hole up top and lost a few spots. See him, he's going to get around.
Maybe gonna make it
There's
exciting
Roger
here.
Craig. He is going to make it exciting. I mean, 9 to go. Anything can happen still if he gets a well run up on the high side. But I mean, look at all the cars. They're all running in the same groove that he wants to run in. Just going to be tough to make a pass. Right there in front of him, green car gets in the white car. That was Bixler getting up into the wall.
Yeah,
and he's still on the wall. Come on, Bixler. Pull the car to the infield. Come on. And there's the salty dog caution.
Oh, why? Because he could have got that car off the railing there easily. Watch it. Magically, it'll all of a sudden just come off the railing and be straight.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, folks, if you ever listen to me, call it like we see it. Yeah. Sometimes the iRacing's threshold on cautions is like, what's wrong with y'all? You know, I think the flagman falls asleep. So I don't think this is going to help Spangler unless he starts on the outside. I know probably Flaro. Yeah, I know Flaro's probably not wanting to see this because anytime there's a caution, you know there's a possibility that you could get messed up in something.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime there is a caution, it changes how you were running the race. But, you know, single file restart here.
That's
we're
right,
under
yeah.
10 to go. I mean, should help Flaro a lot. Might even actually help Spangler.
Yeah, I didn't think about that one. I was thinking about if it was double file, then Flaro might be thinking, oh, I'm having another car beside me, you know. So, but you're right. Yeah, we're under 10. Single file here. I think all Flair's got to do is just hang on. But it's Chapman or Fry. They're going to be the one man sit up here and say, you know what? We don't care. We want to win.
Do you want to win, Joe?
I reckon. What am I winning?
Well, I was gonna say you win a new car, but we don't have Parker out here. We don't have Parker out here. Maybe in the 360s you can win a new car if we see a Jeffrey Barker.
Give away a free virtual iRacing car one day. There you go.
There you go.
You do that. I don't think you could buy anybody. Buy a person a car.
I mean, you can send them. I mean, you can send them credits or whatever they do.
Yeah, but
credits.
You don't know anything about them. Can you gift them a car or something?
Not really.
Oh, that's great. That'd be fun. Pace trucks in. Here we go. Maybe for the final time here for the 305s, hometown heroes. Old Blake Chapman. He gets a good start out front. Fry's right there in second. Did not get the start he wanted. Laro's right there on his back end, thinking about taking that second place spot.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. I'm not sure if I would be too aggressive with it. You know, you're pretty well locked in for the championship right now as long as Spangler just does not come flying up through the field. Lap 15. It does. Oh my, Chapman with the cut down about chopped the nose off of Kevin Fry there.
Yeah, so right here in the back, though, you've got Spangler up to 8th spot. I mean, he's trying. He's not giving up. You know, a little bit, just time's going to run out on him at this point. This is what he needed to do at the first of the race here. And I think it just took too much time for that car to come in. For him to come in, he's up to 7th. We know he was fast. So he's at least got back up one more position than what he was. Maybe a couple more. He's back up here to 7th. Yeah, just going to run out of time.
Yeah, just not enough time. Even if he were to make up spots, he needs 3 more to get a hard charger award. Actually, 5 more to get hard chargers. Bonus
Right
points
now, that's
not going to come
Krupa's
in
got
play.
7. Yeah, he's got 7.
Yeah.
Krupa's got that one, and Grandy's sitting there on 6. Those two, but I mean, I got to give him credit. He is digging. He's trying. He's at least trying to make it interesting. He's up to the 6th spot. Still, Flaro just needs to understand he's in the catbird seat right now. He's good. Chapman out front wanting to win this thing. You got old Cody Graham back there with Zach Chapman and Gary Taylor. These Spangler's trying to take over the 6th place spot. I don't know. I've said it many times. Caution sometimes can turn the table on a lot of races. And just look here with the white flag out, final time. It's just not going to be enough time as Chapman looks to put this thing in the record books as a win.
Absolutely, Blake Chapman, last corner, going to pick up the 305 win in the final race of the Hometown Heroes Spring Edition. Kevin Fry second, Jeff Flaro third, Cody Graham fourth, and Spangler, valiant effort, up to 5th, just not enough for the points.
No, it's not. But I mean, he tried. He got up there and tried everything he could. Fought back, got back to 5th place. Just ran out of time doing it. Maybe if you'd have gave him another 10, 15 laps, he might have been up there up front. But boy, you can get a word in with some of these guys here. That concludes the 305s here tonight. Had Blake Chapman winning it, Kevin Fry in 2nd, Jeff Flaro coming in 3rd and winning a championship. When they get up here.
There's a Fry.
Fry's up here? Bring Fry up here. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Kevin, you get a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Well, last race of the season in the 305 division, you come home 2nd. Just talk us through that race.
Yeah, it just I had nothing for Blake. I thought I had something a little bit for him towards the beginning of it, but he just kept on running the same line and hit his marks, and I was just biding time, and hopefully he would mess up, but he never did. So he did good, and congratulate him on the win.
Absolutely. Well, man, good job on your 2nd place finish. You got anybody like to thank tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Team Dirty South Sim Racing, Dirty Sets for all the setup help, and all the broadcasting guys for you all for making us look good, and appreciate you guys for putting us on.
Yeah, folks, the driver in the number 21, Kevin Fry.
Absolutely. Let's bring the winner up here, Blake Chapman. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Blake, you got a copy on me?
Yep, I got you.
Well, man, you're coming out pretty strong on the last race of the 305 division with the win. Just talk us through how you were able to accomplish that.
Yeah, well, it helps drawing the number 1 coming into the night, starting on the pole of that first heat. It's always tough to pass in these heats, so not much horsepower and the track's not very slick. So I was able to get that important heat 1 win and start on the pole, and I figured the slider line was going to be the way to go. And once I got out front, I kind of felt like a sitting duck a little bit, but I guess the slider line was just too much, and it was a little too fast tonight. And congrats to Jeff on the championship. I assume he won it. Congrats to him on that, and everybody for really overall clean race.
Absolutely. Good job, man. Good job on the win. You got anybody like to thank?
Yeah, of course. My parents, grandparents, sister, everybody watching and supporting me. I got to give a shout out to the boys down at the Cried Sim Racing Team and the Can-Am Racing Team. And shout out to Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. Head over to their website, use code CART for 15% off some of their delicious popcorn. It's great for whatever occasion you need. Father's Day coming up, graduation parties, whatever. It's really, really good popcorn, and don't forget to use code CART. Check out for 15% off. And I got to thank you guys for putting this broadcast on.
There you have, folks. The driver number 20, that's Blake Chapman, picking up the 305 win.
Yes, he did. Well, this guy here did what he needed to do to get the championship. Jeff, Joy in the booth, got a copy. There, Jeff.
Yeah, I got you there, Joe.
All right. Well, man, I tell you what, you knew what you had to do coming in. It was a close battle. I think the pill draw, man, helped you out there, but coming up here, how was your feeling coming into this race, knowing you only about 3-4 points difference in the championship?
Well, when come the feature, I knew it was what I did that was going to make a difference or not. But I will tell you, in my heat race, I was a pretty big Gary Taylor fan to be finishing ahead of Patrick because I knew he was going to be a hard one to beat.
Absolutely. It looked like he has, unfortunately Spangler struggled. Now, when you saw those guys start racing hard around you, what was going through your mind? Was you like, I'm going to get up here and race hard with them, or I got to keep the big picture?
I don't know if I could have got by Kevin. I was getting a close couple times, and he was keeping me just enough room, and it just wasn't worth pushing the extra, and I don't think I had anything for Blake.
I'll tell you what, you came in here, did what you had to do all season long for the Hometown Heroes. You pulled it off. You're the 305 series champ. How's it feel? You got anybody you want to thank?
Awesome. Feels awesome. Yeah, you guys for the exciting broadcast every week. Roger, his team, Glenn and Tina at Ashwegan Speedway, and Clinton Jeffries, and my wife for letting me do this. I will celebrate tonight with a little fire and a Budweiser.
Hey, well, I tell you what, I don't know about that last part. The fire part's pretty good, but I tell you, man, you got one more to go here. How you feel about the 360s?
Honestly, I felt better in the 361 because I figured Patrick was going to beat me, to be honest with you. But come feature time, like I said, it was what I do. So I tried to stay focused.
Man, like you just said, it's what you do. Do it again in the 360s. We'll probably be talking to you again. Congratulations on that championship.
I'd be happy to, but I'm not counting Patrick out yet, that's for sure. Thanks, Joe.
There we go, Jeff Flero. Well, you heard it right there. He's not going to count him out, folks. Stay tuned. We got some 360 action coming up. We'll be right back here in a few. All right, here we go, folks. These are a little bit faster, a little more horsepower to them. 360 wing sprints here. You might see a few more slide jobs happening. Not so much. I mean, I don't want to say you don't have to have momentum, but it's not the only thing you're counting on in this one. So, we were just talking about again. We just saw Flero take the 305 points title. Awesome run for him. This one, not quite as close, but still close. And still between the same two guys, Spangler and Flero. Flero has a lead, like you said, Corey, what, 25?
Well, I'm getting two different readouts. On one site it says 25, on the other it shows 15, so...
Which other site?
I'm going to go off the one that says 25 points.
Go over here and look, see what he's looking at, folks.
Oh, come on, man,
I mean, you know, it's hard to find help, man, when they live in the woods.
I know what
check.
I'm looking at.
Here we go, Hometown Heroes. Here we go, 305. There's the 360 standings. Flero is out front with 638 to 613.
Okay, that's the one I'm looking at.
Going with that one. Hometown Hero 360 on top. But anyways, we're going to heat race number 1, Flatline Racing Bodies, and look who's going to start out front here. Let's get a grid. Old 747 man himself, Roger Craig. Colin Johnson's going to start in second, and Jeff Flero gets the pill draw of the night right there. Starting third, man. Patrick Spangler just cannot get in. You know what? He better not buy any lottery tickets this week because his luck is just not there. Cody Graham starting fourth, Dan McLaren fifth, Joseph Grandy sixth, Kevin Fry seventh, and Jeffrey Baker eighth. And just by looking at this grid, I mean, even if Jeff Flair does not win this, he still starts in a good position for the feature.
Well, true as that is, if he gets second, he's going to start in fourth. I mean, every spot is 3 spots on the racetrack that you can lose out on. So even second is a 4th place starting spot, which he could
he needs to run. He needs to run Craig over. That's what you're trying to say.
Oh, you be nice to Craig. We love you, Roger Craig. And Craig, I appreciate you letting me come out here next week.
Now I just gotta look. Wait a minute here, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go to the pit notes up here.
Yeah. What about
I think he just got an EOL and puts Flero back in the heat here, because unless he just dropped back for some reason. No, okay, now he's back up. That's wondering because he fell back there to 6-7 for some. I thought maybe he got a heat EOL. Well, he's back up to third now. Maybe he was sandbagging a little bit just to keep the other guys guessing.
Yeah, I think they were just not lined up all the way. They didn't shorten the pace laps like they usually do.
Here we go. Almost old Roger. We always room for Craig out there. See if he can pull it off. 747. Colin Johnson's going to be right there beside of him. Who we got? Patrick Spangler. I just changed the minimum drop week to 9, since that is what will count. So if they finish better than their second worst finish, that will be the second drop after today. Man, you're trying to hurt my head. What he just said out there. Boom! We got a car in the wall.
Oh, Cody Graham already up in the wall.
He slapped that thing. Good grief.
Look at this. The old man, Roger Craig. Is he going to lead lap number 1? He will.
Oh, Flero got in the back of somebody, and then he's got to avoid a disaster. Oh, boy. Well, that is not what you want to see, man. You can already, one thing I'm already seeing, yeah, you can do some slide jobs with these cars.
Oh, absolutely. They're doing 360s. Those damn McLaren.
I don't know if they're doing slide jobs, Corey, if they're out there just doing demolition derby. But here comes Flero. He's about to ruin the night of Roger Craig here in a second.
Flero wants to get around Roger Craig. If he does, he'll start pole of the feature. If not,
now what
Craig,
Spangler wants. Spangler's like, man, make that thing wide. He said, and here comes Grandy. He's like, yeah, Grandy, get up on him.
I don't know if we have the stats for this, but has Craig ever started pole of a feature?
I think he has. I think he has in the past. It's been a while, or way a while. I mean, he is digging and fighting right now. He's making that jumbo jet wide. I tell you what does Flero got? Flero's trying high, trying low. trying everything. He said he feels more comfortable in a 360, and you can see he's a lot more aggressive. Even though he's got that points, he ain't scared. He's coming out here, got Grandy with him. Look out. This might be what he needs right here as they're going 3 wide.
Anxiety inducing down in turn 3 and 4. Oh, Craig with the
Craig
slam.
says, get out of the way. He punted him out of the way. I love it. Roger Craig pulls off Heat Race 1. Flero does fall back to 3rd. Grandy hangs on. That's the kind of racing I want to see. No matter what you go for a championship, the guys that's out there. But tell us what we got in Heat Race 2.
Well, we got the Langdon Mechanical Heat Race number 2, and look at who's on the pole. It is Patrick Spangler.
It's heating up.
Heating up, man. Blake Chapman going to roll off in 2nd. Joe Canellis in 3rd. Gary Taylor, he'll roll off in 4th. Gavin Chatham in 5th. Jeffrey Kemper 6th. Zach Chapman going to roll off in row number 4 and 7th. And Pat Boyce going to round out this Heat Race number 2 field.
Okay,
So
I retract
Spangler.
my statement on Spangler going to buy a ticket, because if he wins this one, he starts on the outside pole with Craig. He would start in front of about, what, 3 positions or so as of right now in front of Flero?
Let me do the math
3 or
real
4, give or
quick.
take, probably.
Yeah, actually about 6 spots ahead of Flero. Flero's going to start P7 in the feature, so if Spangler were to win this, it would be about 5 spots, actually.
But he needs how many to get it done?
25 divided by 3, that is, he needs 8 spots. 9
Okay.
spots.
And then Spangler out there in the chat was talking about change the minimum drop weeks to 9. I don't know, since that is what will count. So only 9 weeks count instead of the 12. They're giving them what, 2 drop weeks? I don't get what he's saying out there. Maybe you can read that. It's in the Coast to Coast chat on YouTube, but maybe you can make headway out of that. You're better at the point stuff. But Spangler out front doing what he needs to do, period. That's to win this heat race. Blake Chapman, who won the last one here in the 305, he's in 2nd. Gavin Chatham hanging on the 3rd, but big battle going on for 4th and 5th. You got Taylor and Kemper right there for 4th and 5th. What up, Tyler? Broken Melvin, Ricky Bentonfield. Okay. Broken Melvin. I hear you.
I think it's Brooke Melvin.
Oh, Brooke Melvin. My bad. I thought it said Broke Melvin. Okay. Well, never mind. I can't read.
We know you. Spangler out front doing exactly what he needs to do.
Words
He'll
are
need
hard.
to start up at the front. Blake Chapman, though, putting the pressure. You're not letting him get away too far. Lap number 5 in the
What I want to
books. 2
see,
to go.
man. Race like they did that last one. Well, their boys was knocking on each other up there. I mean, don't be scared. Chapman, get up there, man, and make Spangler work for it.
I mean, Craig already is making Flero work for it.
Woo, yeah, that was good. Old Roger Craig. Now, look, the problem is we're going to be able to get him back in his virtual rig here after that one.
Oh, boy. Hey, look at this white flag last time in 3 and 4. Can Spangler hang on, or will Chapman have enough? Not going to be enough for Chapman. Spangler heat race number 2 win. Chapman 2nd. Gavin Chatham 3rd. And Gary Taylor in the 34 going to round out 4th.
Yeah, that is what Spangler needs as we're going to heat race number 3. Venom Racing here out front. Let's look at the grid real quick. We got Bob the Good starting out front. John Krupa there in 2nd. Joe Moose going to be the man starting 3rd. Brandon Dittmer 4th. Tyler Bentonfield, he's up to 5th. Brandon Ishkannon, he's going to start in 6th. Stephen Bixler in 7th. And Chad Cote, he's up in 8th spot. So Tyler was out there yapping about Rookie Melvin, Ricky Bentonfield. What is...
Those are
Maybe
people.
that's his family.
I don't
Yeah,
even know.
because Brookie Melvin, they're out there on the OSR Network on Facebook.
It's
Appreciate
Brooke.
it. Y'all hit those likes now. So Brooke Melvin, I don't know why I say Brookie, but sorry. Does sound cute. Brooke Melvin must be... Bentonfield says I'm dumb. Hey man, look, we'll both be that way together. So it looks like Brooke did the thumbs up to him. Brooke must be girlfriend, wife, mom, sister, something. It's Ricky. I don't know Ricky. Might be the dad. It might be the parents. Who knows?
Ah.
Maybe we'll get confirmation here. If they're listening, I know one of them is because they put a thumbs up. Brooke Melvin. Maybe she'll type out there and tell us
Green flag, green flag.
family member wise, or Tyler Wheel won.
Here we go, Bob. The good pole for heat race number 3 already out to a good launch. John Krupa there trying to run him down. Brandon Dittmer going to be battling with Joe Moose on the inside. Joe Moose in the black and pink car. Dittmer with the shark on this top wing. It says, "Hi, Marty."
Want to see if I can throw Corey off with that one. The moose sound coming up through there like a locomotive. He's got that moose muscle happening. He's in 4th. John Krupa 3rd. It's an exciting night, folks. Can't you tell, man? We're having fun. It's the last one of the season here. We got championships to crown. We got guys out here, man, throwing some good moves, 360 wise. It's awesome. Look at that. Look at Krupa. He's working it.
Krupa been running pretty good in the sprint cars of the past few weeks. Joe Moose trying to redeem himself. A couple bad weeks in a row.
Bobby Good though out front, looking smooth, man. He's looking good.
Remember, the good finished top 3 last week in the 360
Trading
division.
in his yellow car too. He's usually out there in the yellow machine.
You're thinking of Brian Moore.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
They always had a yellow one too. That's a different paint job either way. I know he's not normally in that one because that's more of his military. Looks like his Memorial Day paint job.
Yeah, it has U.S. Air Force on the.
Yeah. Good looking car.
It is. It's a good, clean car and clean
Got a fighter
numbers.
jet out here, don't he? We got a 747 and a fighter jet. Looks like he's about to take it here as he comes across the line. Gonna win heat race number 3. Dittmer's gonna be in 2nd. Joe Moose, he's able to get it up there with the Muscle Moose machine in 3rd. Well, we're going for warm up, folks. We'll be right back here in a few.
For Lucy Olson, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, here we go. 360 time. Whew. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys can do as I get close here to go with a feature. It was a good one in the 305. It's about to get even heated here as we're going to look at the Super Dirt Car Series lineup real quick. As we talked about old Roger Craig, and that 747 is going to start her out front. Patrick Spangler is going to be there in second. He's got to do what he needs. Jeff Flero starts in seventh. Got some good guys all the way back. Steven Bixler, unfortunately, back at 24th spot, starting in this one. Flero said he might be okay where he's at. Again, we don't know what the bonus points. If I'm Flero, I wouldn't feel comfortable unless I'm maybe 5th or 4th, maybe 3rd.
I would say as long as Flero finishes top 5, he's guaranteed a championship, minus before we calculate any kind of penalties or bonus points or what have you. But top 5 would be.
Flip side of this is here. Remember, Spangler had to come through the field. Now Flero's got to come through the field.
Yeah. What a turn of events here. And, you know, good job, Roger Craig, picking up that Heat Race 1 win, setting on a pole, final race of the season.
Got a lot of hungry guys around him, so see if old Roger can hang on. I mean, he was making that thing wide in his heat.
Oh boy, I expect this one to be pretty good with Craig up there, and shout out to Bob DeGood as well, starting in the top 3. He's shown some good signs in the past couple of weeks.
Now does Flero sit back there thinking, going, I really don't want it to happen, but I really do want it to happen, and I really kind of don't, but I kind of do. Maybe the Fed 747 crashes down out of the sky into Spangler.
Oh, I mean,
accidentally, you know.
That's what happened to Flero.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to wish that on anybody. We want to see Craig get up. You keep talking about him, though, man. Bad things happen, but you know. Here we go. Pace trucks in. Final time for the 360s. Hometown heroes here tonight. Flatline Racing Bodies here. Green flag, boy. You saw Spangler, and did Spangler jump that start?
Not showing any kind of black flag for Spangler, so he should be good.
That was close, man, on that start there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like he might have jumped it, but luckily iRacing not going to deem it as a jump start. So
yeah, but now let me ask quick. Oh, we got a big wreck in the back. But while we're on this caution, let's go to Malcolm Mills replay. Kevin Fry's involved here. Does iRacing control that, or does race control it as like just some contact in the back end, and you know what happens from there? Guys just all come together and floppy wheels and wings fall off and everything else. But go back to that restart, and again, you know, not trying to, you know, instigate anything on it, but it was awful close. I don't think there's a race. There might be some race admins here. I know they have a committee and all afterwards, but does iRacing control that, or would that be like a race control admin saying, okay, you know, whatnot?
I mean, it goes by iRacing, but an admin could overthrow the ruling and say he jumped it if they so chose to, but I think Spangler was safe in the fact that the green flag had already flew, and being on the outside, as long as you don't pass on the inside, you don't get the black flag.
Right, well,
I'd say it's a safe start.
Let's
for now.
While we're under caution, recap it. Watch it again. Y'all be the judge. I mean, for the angle we were at, but then from this angle here, we should see a better representation. That was dead heat even. I mean, I don't know. You know, to me, if I'm an admin, I don't know. I want to take that away, you know. But here we go again. I mean, so that just means Roger's going to have to get a heck of a start here. Okay? Spangler's doing what he needs to do. All intents and purposes here, Spangler knows the drill. He has got to win this thing.
Yeah, pretty much Spangler has to win this. Flero riding an 8th. He is safe
He
there.
needs a couple more positions. I think Flero, to really be 100% safe, needs at least 2 or 3. Okay, and you see Spangler just getting those jumps. I'm going to tell you. Now, let me say it this way, too. That's the difference between young man reflexes and old guy reflexes.
We're going to be nice to you, Craig.
Well, Grady jumps up the second, and here goes old Brandon Dittmer, who rated in for sale machine. He's got the 83 car. Remember, he hasn't had good luck with it. Flero now up to 6. This is what he's got to do. Pick him up, put him down, and look at him. He's coming through the field. But we got a salty dog caution. John Krupa. Go to Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to him. Back here in the back, and him and look like Bob the Good got into it, and then Bob the Good says, "Dude, I'm gonna run you over like a monster truck."
That was Pat Boyson 41 getting into.
Oh, okay. Run him over like a monster truck.
Yeah, monster truck. I don't think it's what a monster truck sounds like. We know moose sound, but we do not know the monster truck sound. Okay. Okay. Come on, man.
All right, Flero's up to 6. If Spangler wins it with the bonus points, I mean, again, we don't know what they are and all that. We don't calculate them in, but I don't know if 6 is still a good spot. I'd be happy with 4th. I think 4th is where I'd want to be to try to maybe feel safe if Spangler wins this.
So you get bonus points for finishing the race, and you get bonus points for at least for 0 incidents. So
right now we know Spangler with all them restarts, he not really in any incidents. Don't know about Flero in the back. Something we can't tell, but position wise, if we solely went off position, then yeah, Flero right now would probably be safe in 6. But again, all the other stuff, I'm gonna say I would not feel safe unless I was in 4th. Oh, Flero out there! Hey, Flero's out there. He's like, me too. Hey, man. Look, they're watching the broadcast. They listening to us up here.
Yeah, don't type and race.
Yeah, don't type and race. No texting and racing. But he said, I don't feel comfortable. I mean, realistically, I wouldn't feel comfortable unless I'm up to maybe 4th points-wise. If Spangler, because the way Spangler's going, he keeps doing what he's doing. Now, again, these cautions here could help his, tear his momentum up. We've seen that before. His restart goes back. But he's getting those jumps. He's getting way out front. He's doing what he needs. Get out of trouble. Get away from guys in the back. Flero is the guy who's back here having to kind of dig and find it dirty back here. But he's up to 5th. Look at him go. I think that low line might be the safest place for Flero, though.
Yeah, right now, Flero on the bottom. Craig trying to work his way back around Jeff Flero. Remember, Craig started on the pole. He's going to fall back now behind Dittmer. Dittmer almost got pinched up in the wall by Flero. Flero's got to be careful. He's right where he needs to be in the top 5 position. Mm-hmm. Maybe another spot, and I'd call it a safe bet that he's going to get the championship. But right now, I would say safe bet anyways on the top 5.
The thing is here, look at Dittmer, man, slams it into the wall. Boy, I was about to say, Spangler, again, remember all those restarts got out front. Eventually, those cautions start to catch up to you. But the bad thing is that they're up there in that rough stuff. On the top side, you see Spangler. He keeps making mistakes like that. Dittmer, he's down there beating the wall down behind him. Randy, but we got a caution. Oh, we got Moose, man, all over the track. Joe Moose. Going to Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to the Moose guy. Looks like the car in front went sideways. He tried to avoid it. Got up under the wall. Next thing you know, boom, another one got into him. Killed the Moose. I mean, they destroyed him.
Had a wheel fly off of a car.
All right. Losing.
Johnson.
Oh, Dittmer getting up there, man, making it interesting. Trying to get that lead away from Spangler. Where's Flero now?
He's in 5th.
Oh.
We're going to go single file.
I'm going to say it again, Corey. I've said it a lot in the past. These cautions do not benefit the leader at all. At all. get in that rhythm and you get those big leads and you start seeing those guys behind you, the more cautions, and eventually it's just like something changes, something happens.
Yeah, I mean, cautions coming out ruins the momentum, and not to mention we're gonna have to go single file because this is our third caution of the race. The rules are
Well, only 12 laps to go, so that's close enough.
Yeah, either 10 to go or third
But
caution.
you know what? This single file, Corey, could help Flaro.
It could.
Well, I mean, Spangler's already in the optimum spot. Definitely it's going to help him. But Flaro now doesn't have to worry about a car on his inside or outside. He's like, yeah, so he might be chomping his lips out there, licking them a little bit, going, yeah, I like this. Now, what Spangler wants to see, Flaro's wife instantly say, dinner's done, and if you don't get off of that sim rig right now, I'm going to knock you off of it. Green flag.
Here we go, Spangler once again. Good launch, but Dittmer looking on the bottom. Not going to have the momentum, though. Dittmer will fall back in second. Joseph Grandy in the multicolored blue, pink, yellow car in third. Blake Chapman in the purple car running for Flaro. Oh, he shut the door on Gavin Chatham. Oh, he's going to be easy shutting the door on drivers like that.
He tried the low line, wasn't getting anywhere with it. Now he goes back up to that top side. I know he's probably thinking, I don't really want to go to the top side. It's very, very dangerous up there. As you see Flaro, he is hanging on, and we got a doggy dog caution. Dan McLaren, let's go back on the Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to Dan here. Got pinched into the wall a little bit in that green car. Got the back of Craig. Craig says, I'll keep going. You just get knocked. You got a good wheelie. Oh, I like the wheelie.
So fourth caution of the night here in the 360 division, halfway through it. Can Flaro, he's got to be careful. He shut the door on Gavin Chatham, and I do believe Chatham cut him a break. So this ought to be pretty good. The last half of the 360 division spring season for the hometown heroes on the Coast to Coast Racing Network on YouTube and the OSR Network on Facebook. We appreciate every single driver racing throughout the season in all the divisions over here. Crown a champion after this one. Crown a champion in the 410 and the late model stock car. We already crowned the 305. Here we go. Spangler on the loud pedal. He'll get the big old gap in front of Brandon Dittmer. Dittmer going to go on the bottom, just not going to be able to pull the momentum down there. He'll fall back even further to Spangler. Grandy trying to use the middle groove. Flaro under pressure now from Gavin Chatham. Gavin Chatham trying to pull the slider, or maybe he's going to stay down there. And he definitely had it cleared if he wanted it. Yeah, he does now, but also Spangler up in the wall as the salty dog caution comes out. It's going to save Spangler. Not sure who it was.
Malcolm Mills replay, see what happens. Cote here. An old guy in front of him, just like he had to check up just a little bit, got in the back of him. Unfortunate right there on his end.
All right. So Spangler's still out in the lead. Yeah, Dittmer in second, Joseph Grandy third, Blake Chapman fourth, Jeff Blairow fifth, Gavin Chatham in sixth, Roger Craig seventh, Joe Canellis in the pits, Chad Code, he gets the EOL, so move Bob DeGood up to 8th, Tyler Benefield at 9, and Gary Taylor should be in 10th for this restart coming on up. 12 laps scored. Spangler doing exactly what he needs to do. Stay out of trouble. Do not hit the wall. Luckily, the Salty Dog caution did come out for him and kept him up in the front. But he just cannot make a mistake, especially with how this race is going. Going perfect for Spangler. He started out at the front, took over the lead very early on in the race. As the lights are shut off on the iRacing Pace truck, we're going to have 8 to go when we go back green. Can Spangler hang in, pick up that race win? Here we go. Back on the loud pedal for Patrick Spangler, but Dittmer with a little bit of a better start than the last couple of times. Can he utilize it? They're going to be door-to-door down the back straightaway. Spangler with the advantage on the high side, but here comes Dittmer. Can Dittmer pull the slider? Not going to elect to do it. He'll stay on the bottom, but Dittmer being scored in the race lead. Spangler, he has to be careful. He does not want to fall back to Flaro at all. He wants to stay up here in the front. Spangler up top, Dittmer down low. Dittmer trying to utilize all the grip that he can find. And oh, we have Joseph Grandy spinning around at the back. No Salty Dog caution going to fly as Grandy gathers it up. So now that moves Jeff Flaro up to 4th. He's still under pressure from Gavin Chatham in 5th and 4th. That's Flaro, Chatham, Chapman in 3rd. Still out front. It is Spangler versus Dittmer, but Salty Dog caution is out. Now we would get the replay here, but Joe is doing something. We would have our Malcolm Mills replay. We're lucky Joe comes back in time. Oh, it was Craig that wrecked. So we're under caution number 6 here in the Hometown Heroes 360 division. Gonna have 4 to go when we go back green. Spangler, dominant season. Is 5 wins on the season for Spangler. Welcome back, Joe.
What I miss?
Craig spun out.
Oh man, see, you jinxed him.
Come on, man.
Well, I can see Spangler's out front, but Flaro's up there in 4th. So to me, that's the comfort zone. He needs to be right there, but it's not over with, like you said.
You also missed Dittmer actually lead a couple of laps there. I mean, he got by Spangler on the bottom.
Dittmer might be the dark horse here. You better watch out. You know, he's been hungry last couple of weeks, and problem is he's sold a couple machines out here. Now he's got the 83 out there, and he's a wild man.
Well, I mean, okay, so Spangler has 5 wins on the season. Flaro has 2, and Dittmer has 1. Those are your only 3 winners of the season in the 360. Here we go, Spangler on the loud pedal once again. Can he hang on to the race win. Dittmer just not as good of a start that time. Look at this, though. Spangler does not need to do that. And Gavin chat him up in the wall as well. Oh, my.
Well, the good thing is here for Flaros, he's got clean track behind him, in front of him, as Taylor and them's battling. And you see Chapman right there in third. What he'd love to see maybe is one of those guys get in front of Spangler. I'm saying fourth place is where he would probably feel comfortable and safe, but we still don't know about the Indian incident points. And I'm going to say Spangler has had some incident points. He's got up there and banged that wall a couple times.
Unless it detected it 2x when he grabbed the wall and about stopped at one time, I'd say he's got 0 out of front. But look at this white flag in the air one more time around the half mile of Knoxville.
Yo, like you say, 3 and 4. Can he hang on to it? He's doing what he needs to do. Winning here tonight for the 360 Hometown Heroes. Spangler out of 4. He's going to put it in victory lane. Dittmer's going to bring her home in second. Chapman there in third. Flero in fourth. As of right now, I'm going to say Flero might have pulled it off, but we will find out officially here in just a few. I think Flero might be safe, but again, we don't know penalty or bonus points or drop week, any of that stuff. I don't know. Whew.
But that makes 6 wins for Spangler in 10 races. What a dominant season.
Yeah, he is. And, you know, we go back to that old saying, consistency wins championships. And for you to win 10 out of 12 races, and if he doesn't come out of here as the champion.
6.
Oh, he's won 6. I thought it said 10. But, well, 6 out of 12. That's half the season.
10.
Whatever. Okay. Give or take. Corey's out here. Getting me. Still winning a lot. And, I mean, it's just consistency. We talk about it. But here we go. Bring up our third place man, old Chapman. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Blake, you get a copy on me?
Yep, I got you.
Well, man, coming home in third, keeping that podium streak alive here in the final night. Just talk us through that race.
Yeah, still a lot left of the track. It seemed like when feature first started, so it's kind of right in the middle, and up top is the place to be. And I feel like the top was a little bit faster for most of the night because there's a lot of grip coming off the corners. But I felt pretty good on that bottom there towards the end, and I think that might have been coming in, especially at the very end. I almost thought Brandon was going to get Patrick there at the end, but just didn't have enough there on the bottom.
Well, good job, man. For a third place finish, you got anybody like to thank tonight?
Yeah, my parents, grandparents, sister, everybody watching and supporting. And shout out to all the boys down at the Krite Sim racing team and the Can-Am racing team. And Salty Dogs for letting me join them tonight. And got to give a shout out to Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. Head over to their website, use code CART, that's C-A-R-T at checkout for 15% off of your order. And I got to thank you guys for putting this on.
There you have, folks. That's your third place driver and the number 20, Blake Chapman.
There you go. Like I said, Chapman. Let's bring up second place man here, Brandon Dittmer. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Brandon, you get a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, coming home in second place, final night for the season 360 division. Just talk us through how you're able to accomplish that.
Just not putting myself in a bad position, not getting that wall. I got it once or twice, but I was able to keep it pretty clean. About halfway through the race there, I discovered the bottom had a little bit to it, and it was pretty fast. But after that last restart, I just struggled hitting it, and I was a little too much of a lead foot, and Patrick got away from me. But no, it was a good overall night. A couple training wheels racing guys on the podium.
Overall, yeah, pretty good night for you, man. And good season overall too, as well. You got anybody you like to thank?
You guys, the broadcast, Roger for Coast to Coast, everybody behind the scenes making it work. Marty for the inspiration on the paint scheme. Training wheels racing. I think that's all for me tonight.
There you have, folks. The Shark Bite, Brandon Dittmer.
Absolutely. Try to do everything. Let's bring this guy up here. Spangler, who put in victory lane and did everything he can. Patrick, Joy in the booth, got a copy?
Yep, got a copy.
Well, I tell you what, you came out here mission, and I think for the most part, complete. You won the race, put it out front. Just maybe come up a little short on that championship. But, man, I tell you what, was you nervous there a couple times with Dittmer coming up on your back end?
Yeah, that bottom. We raced here Monday night, too, in the open setups. And the bottom, I wasn't on the bottom there. So I knew the bottom was strong, but I thought I could win on the top. But he was coming past me. So I just had to throw a slider line on 3 and 4 instead of the top. And I was able to build back up the lead. But, yeah, if I didn't hit the wall twice and turn 3 and 4 and get the 2, I got 4 instant points. I would have won by 1 point in the championship. So came down to that.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Yeah, we were talking about it. I would tell you what, just, sometimes mistakes, sometimes going out doing, we don't know all the bonus points, penalty points and all that come into play. But, man, I tell you, that old saying, consistency wins championships. What goes through your mind, though, when you're out here, because you've been the dominant car in the 360s, does that change your mentality maybe going into next season thinking, you know what, maybe I'm going to just try to be more consistent than trying to just dominate?
That's how I am on Monday nights. I drive really defensive. I don't think I had 1 win or something on Mondays, and I won championship while other guys had multiple. Same thing in late models. Last night I had 0 wins, but this one, sometimes you get a bad draw, you get stuck there, and then there's some big wrecks. So just got to stay, give people more room and try to stay alive in the race, per se.
You mentioned that too, because when it comes to the peel draw, your luck is just not the best. We've mentioned that several times.
Yeah.
I told it one time, I said, before we start tonight, I said, he better not buy a lottery ticket this week because it's just not going to be a winner. But you did get kind of lucky there, with the heat race, with the peel here for the 360, and started, not too bad off up front. But even with that, like you just said, it just seems like you and the peel draw just don't match up well for some reason.
Yeah, I was glad to finally get a pole because there's some weeks I've drawn last, and I get to start last in the 3rd heat race. All 3 races that happened like a couple weeks ago. So it's just the luck of the draw and how it draws it. But yeah, I have a bad person that pulls for me.
I'll tell you what, you did everything you could here for the hometown heroes tonight in the 360 and the 305s. I mean, you drove your heart out. Nobody can take that away from you. Put it in victory lane. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just you and Corey for awesome broadcast each week. Roger on the league. Good points battle all the way. Flaro in both the leagues. Good for him. I'd like to thank Triangles Racing and Dad Uncle Beckham watching.
Go, Patrick Spangler, put it in victory lane. Let's bring this guy up here. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Jeff, join the booth. Got a copy? Got me, Jeff?
Yeah, I got a copy there, Joe.
You're 2 for 2 tonight, championships, but was you a little worried there early on?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. A lot of good guys racing, and I have to give a shout out to my Northeast Outlaw Motorsports teammate, Gavin, because he backed off a couple times for me, 2 or 3 or 4. I appreciate it.
I got to ask, though, we were up here, and I joked around. I said, Patrick Spangler needs right now, man, for dinner to be ready, and your wife to just come up and say, you better get off that sim because, man, you were coming through the field.
Yeah, I had to stay clean. I wanted those extra 5 bonus points.
Well, Patrick just said that what killed him up there, I mean, he was doing everything he needed to do, wins out front. It's those he hit the wall and had 4X, and that's what cost him the most right there. Yeah, and I guess all in all, it's he's got nobody else to blame but himself for that one. He was telling me about it too. It was thrilling for me. I'm very happy to win. There's a lot of fast guys in this league. Absolutely. And, and like he said, man, wasn't for that. He said, I made a mistake. It is what it is. But he tried to do what he could. You did what you needed to do. Stay consistent all season long. How does that, I've said before, championships are won by being consistent and, winning's winning. Is that still going to flow over going into the next season? Just trying to be more, just be better consistent.
Well, I think the 305 and the 360 hometown heroes, I believe Patrick had more wins. So you're right. Consistency did pay off.
I'll tell you
Instead
what.
of it going to be fast.
Absolutely. Good running, man. You're 2 for 2 tonight. 305 champ, 360 champ here to hometown heroes. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, definitely Gavin Chatham again. I got nothing to lose in the 410, so I'm going to push hard, see what happens. Yeah, I'd like to thank you, Joe, and your buddy for the broadcast, Corey, and Roger and his team. It kind of hurt to get hit in the heat by Roger, though. But anywho, yes, Glenn, Tina, Clinton Jeffrey at Oswego Speedway, and of course my lovely wife, Karina, for letting me have fun with you guys.
Hey, well, you need to tell that Roger Craig, you need to move that 747 out there. Well, I tell you
I'll
what,
be looking on the bottom. I'll be looking on the bottom next time, not the top.
Well, again, congratulations on that championship there, Jeff.
Thank you, man. Well appreciated.
There you go. Jeff Flair, well, I'll tell you what, folks, hang on, because we got the 410, the bad boys coming up. But we'll be right back here in just a few. All right, folks, here we go. These are the big boys, 410 wing sprints. And we've already had the 305, 360 crown champs in that. Here for the Flatline Racing Body hometown heroes, Jeff Flero has wiped up them up there. And it's been a Flero Spangler night as far as championships. And Flero's, he's 2 up. Spangler, though, right now, He's got a huge lead coming into this one, so he's pretty much going to have to be got a heck of a field draw here as we go into the Flatline Racing Body Heat Race 1. Look at the grid right fast. Joe Booth's going to be out front. Patrick Spangler there in second. Jeffrey Kemper third. Roger Craig starting in fourth. John Krupa in fifth. Stephen Mixer's there in sixth. So Spangler pretty much just has to finish this race.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't think there's enough cars unless he were to get maximum penalty points, which would be disqualification from a race. I mean, that's the only way he could lose. And even then, if he got all 12 incident points and finished dead last, Cody Graham would have to win. And not have any incidents.
I just don't know if mathematically it's... I mean, I hate to say it that way.
I mean,
you know, I don't like y'all ever saying it, but always like those what-if scenarios, and I'm going to do, I guess, maybe Patrick gets tired and, you know what, I'm done. Look that way, though.
Yeah, he just has to roll over and quit, and Cody Graham win.
Yeah.
That's the only mathematical solution for Graham to pick up the championship. So pretty well lock up Spangler as your champion here.
Green flag.
Everybody's going to go for that race win. Here we go. Spangler on the loud pedal with Joe Moose. Moose on the bottom trying to get by Spangler. Spangler, he smacked the wall and they are wrecking behind though. 3 of them, 4 of them, 3, 2.
Green flag. You see up front, JRC Spangler says, I'm going for it. Throws the slide job on Moose, man. He goes blowing right by him. Craig drinking him back in third. Well, Craig's showing some muscle tonight.
Oh, we want to see Craig pick up a race win here in the finale for the dirt sprint cars. He's right now running third. He very well could. Come on, Craig.
Right. Need to get some afterjets on that 747. Get it up there. But we got a dog chasing down a moose.
We do indeed. We got an old dog versus a moose. Pretty sure a moose would ever power about any dog out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I guess it depends on the dog. But maybe a baby moose?
I still think a baby moose would be pretty big, man. Come on, man. I mean, what are we talking about? A Great Dane? I mean, come on. That'd be about the only thing. So, white flag. Patrick Spangler out front in this one. Talk about Joe right there. He's going to come home in second. All Spangler's got to do is go 3 and 4 here. Heat race 1. He's going to put it on the pole for the night. He just says, you know what? Maybe I'll cap this thing off with a win, championship. Just make it a heck of a night for me as Joe's going to come home in second. Craig's going to hang her on the third. Krupa's going to hold on to the 4th place spot. That's Heat race 1. Up to Heat race number 2, Langdon Mechanical. Here we go. We got Gavin Chatham going to be out front. Jeffrey Barker there in second. Bob DeGood third. Blake Chapman in 4th. And Cody Graham in the 5th place spot.
Come on down. You want a new car? Nah.
Yeah, sure.
Wrong Barker. That's Bob Barker. I'm sure he's got some kind of relationship. Everybody's a cousin to everybody, right, Jay?
Hey, man, I guess. Descendant or something. Who knows? I've never done the family tree.
Should be a good heat race. Heat race number 2.
Absolutely. Chad Ham out front in this one. Heat race 2 tonight. 4 10-wing sprints. These are the bad boys here, folks. Things out here, they're the monsters.
Then not to mention Coast2Coast has the big blocks tomorrow in Xfinity, I do believe.
Oh, yeah. Dude, check out c2crl.com. And all the info you can on the league. Here we go. Green flag about to fly. See Chatham, man, getting out front in this one. Barker and Cutney were behind him. Here comes Barker for second place, though, or for the lead.
It's battle for second. That's Blake Chapman on the bottom. He'll slide up in front of Jeffrey Barker. Barker not able to keep the momentum up on the middle groove. Now Barker's going to fall into the clutches of Cody Graham. Cody Graham! Oh, Graham put the right rear tire to Barker. Barker with a floppy wheel.
Oh, not what we want to see. Yeah, that thing's slow. He's going to take it to the pits. Repairs. What he's trying to do right now is trying to get it off the track. Going to. Comes Chapman. He's out front in this one with Chad Ham behind him. And Graham hanging on the third. Hit that real fast. Chapman Graham.
Chatham Graham. We got 2 hands.
Yeah. I would just say Man Ham.
Ham.
Yeah, Man Ham.
And a good.
And a good. Yeah, so we got some Man Ham good.
And,
wow.
we got a celebrity as well. And Barker.
And a celebrity, Barker. Chapman's coming out final turn. 3 and 4. Ready to heat race 2. Gonna put a victory lane here over him. Put on his end.
Chapman wins. Chatham second. Graham third. The good fourth, and Barker fifth. So that'll bring us to heat race number 5, and you get the lineup.
Woo! Race 5.
3. My bad. I don't know why I said 5.
Hey, man. Got that Common Core math going on. What's heat race number 3? All right, Venom Racing out here tonight. Let's look at the grid real quick. Joseph Grandy going to be ran out front. Gary Taylor starting in second. Ross Carenta there starting in third. Jeff Flero fourth. And Brandon Dittmer's going to start in fifth. And remember what Flero said? He said in this one, he's just going to go all out. He ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, not much for Flero to lose. He could theoretically finish podium in the points over Brandon Dittmer, who's only 2 points ahead of Flero. So it's still a battle for... and I'd even go out as far to say it's a battle for second in the points, because Dittmer's only 6 points behind Cody Graham. So it's still a battle for second in points tonight. It is awesome.
Go. Wrong.
Here we go. Joseph Grandy in the multicolored machine. It's got Gary Taylor on his outside. Who's going to get the jump? Taylor, he almost jumped the start. He backed out of it, though. It's not going to help, though, as it's going to allow Ross Carenta? Oh,
he's going for the lead.
Wow.
Oh, contact in the back by Dittmer and company. He got a little wiggly.
Carente out front, now in front of Joseph Grandy. And Carente, he started back in third, had the seas part for him there. Looking strong.
Dittmer's there in third. Like you said, hanging on to it. Grandy hanging on to second. Carenta's up front. Taylor hanging on to fourth. Flero in the back here, man, just off the pace. He's going to make it interesting in the feature.
Yes, he is. It's going to be interesting to see him come up through the feature. Should start about in the 15th position.
All right. Boss out front this one. Winding down. Race number 3. And get the white flag this time by.
Carente, big lead over second place. Joseph Grandy has about 3/4 of a second. White flag in the air. One more time around this half-mile final heat race of the night.
Yes, it is. Like I said, one more time, 2 more turns. Carenta out front here, and he's going to put her in victory lane with Grandy in second. Dittmer's going to pull her off here in third.
Taylor coming home fourth, and Flair will round out in the 5th position. Gonna have to make his way up through the field.
One second. All right, folks, we'll be right back. Going to a little warm up here.
Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, folks, here we go. Feature time. We're going to crown a champ. We're going to see, man, who comes out here exciting here tonight. The hometown heroes 410 wing sprints. Let's look at our Super Dirt Car Series line up real quick as Patrick Spangler. He's got that huge lead, and he's going to start on pole. Steven Bixler's going to be there in the last place. So here we go.
It's pretty much Spangler already locked in for the championship. Unless, I mean, the only mathematical way he could lose out is he has to finish in dead last and get all 12 penalty points. That's the only mathematical way. And
yeah, I mean,
Cody Graham would have to win at that point. Still,
I think we're so far.
It's chalk him up as champion. Now he's just going to go for a win. Looking for win number 4 in the 410 division. Cody Graham looking for win number 1. He'll roll off in 8th.
Wrangler's looking to just cap this thing off with a win and run out here with the championship.
But remember, still good points battle going on for the top 4 in the points. I mean, second place only has an 8-point difference back to 4th.
Yeah. Not only are we talking about a championship, I mean, we got some close races going to happen here, like you said, 3rd, 4th, 5th. But here we go, final time for the season here for the 410 wing sprints. We got the hometown heroes. You got Spangler out front. Chapman hanging on to second. Ross Parente, he's on down out at low side. He's trying to see if he can get on contact.
He already gets in the Blake Chapman, and oh my.
It's a big one. He's a big one. Up against the wall there. Is that Grandy?
That's Grandy, but I think Chapman
stop long enough
the field.
Man, you got a caution?
Wow, no caution.
Are you serious? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go back. Let's go back on a salty dog. or Malcolm Mills replay and see what happened. That's what we're talking about. It happened up front, and then I think because Chapman blinked out instantly, but Grandy being on the track like he did, I figures as soon as he stopped like he did, wow, watched it. But I'm telling you, I racing on some of these small tracks, man. Their flag man, he be smoking something.
Well, I mean, now that just pretty well safes Spangler as your champion. No mathematical reason do not.
Yeah, right now. So I want to see, because the man, he said, I'm coming through the field like gangbusters. I'm going to just put it all on the line. Jeff Flero, he's already up 5 spots in the 10th. So, man, he's moving.
Look at this. He's looking to maybe take away 2 spots. Oh, he has to get out of it for John Krupa in front of him. Krupa and Jeffrey
get out the
Parker
way.
going too wide. Oh, Flero going to have to look through a different line. Yes, he does. He goes down to the bottom on Krupa. Pulls the slider, shuts the door. Krupa up in the wall.
Yeah.
Oh my, good save by Krupa there, not to fully wreck.
We talked about that many times. These are open wheel machines. You get on
Gary
that wheel
Taylor
like that.
puts Parker in the wall. He gets Kemper.
Hey, Kemper, yeah. Back on Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened. Kemper. Parker. They're up there side by side. That would be equal to what would be a door slap. It's more like a tire slap. Kemper nowhere to go. Oh, yeah. Wow. Flero's coming through the field like gangbusters. The man out front, Patrick Spangler, he's leading it. The night has just been an exciting night.
Yes, it has. We had a Craig with a door slam and a heat race win for 360.
Well, he's up to 8th, man. Talk about Craig. I mean, don't count the 747 guy.
Oh, come on, man. He just wants everybody to wreck out in front of him so he can win.
Hey, tell you what, I'd take it.
Don't count him out. Don't count him out.
Man. I'd be like, look, everybody disconnect in front of me. I want to win. You know, what's funny, though, is you got 3 Canadians, Craig, Flero, and Taylor right there together.
Canada.
Having a Canada reunion. I wonder if they got some moose meat.
I'm
against
sure.
The wall. I wonder if we could actually. We got deer meat down here. I mean, what do they do up there? Is they? Because you called it a big deer one time. I figured what they go out hunt those things and.
I mean,
would
I'm
you
pretty
make, like,
sure you
barbecue
can.
Out of it or something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can eat moose.
Really? I mean, have you ever heard of that before? I mean, what you got moose soup or something? I mean, what?
Yeah, man. It's no different than an elk, right?
Okay, somebody got it. Somebody got to confirm this for us. Something we've never talked about. Do you hunt moose? And if you do you hunt them like deer? You actually, I've never heard of it, but I guess it is a thing, probably. Man, hey, you know, but
yeah, it's the most sought after big game in Alaska. Don't say about Canada.
Really? That's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that, but anyways, I'm not going out hunting something that looks like a Greyhound bus.
Yeah, you can hunt a moose.
I'm not going out there hunting that thing that look like a Greyhound bus. What kind of gun do you need? A tank? Green flag.
Yes.
Spangler out front. Oh, we already got a little trouble behind. Oh, man. We just talked about Flero, and guess what? He just got obliterated.
Oh, boy.
Go on the Malcolm Mills replay and see what happened, because it had Barker, Dittmer, and Flero. And I think it started up here with Dittmer. Yeah. Go back one more time and see it one more time here. Dittmer, Flero's right there near each other.
I actually started with Joe Moose.
I'm going to watch it again here and see. Either way, Dittmer probably had to kind of maybe, I don't know. Oh, I should replay. Oh, spun the tires. Yeah. And he checked up, and then Flero nowhere to go. Got in the back of him. Next thing you know, you got cars everywhere. Wow.
Craig riding up on some tires and getting up to the wreck.
Craig out there doing some wheelies. Oh, man, Flero's car looks like a dead crab.
He's going to need a quick fix for that automobile. But Craig up to 5th, man. Oh, we just want to see Craig get a good finish.
Hey, Craig up to 6, man. Is he up to 6? He's up to 5th. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
He's out here dodging and weaving.
I don't know if it's a good thing we're going too wide or if it's a bad thing going too wide for Craig. You're not putting anything in him, but I think I'd rather see it go single file for Craig.
Ross Carrenta hanging on there to second. Spangler doing what he needs to do just to cap off a great season out front. Chapman hanging on right there in third. Whew.
And Graham. Graham trying to go for win one.
Heroes.
Yeah. Not to mention, after this, we got the late model stock cars at North Wilkesboro, Jeff.
Got asphalt racing. Ground champ there, too. Pace trucks in. Here we go. Spangler and company up front. Patrick, he's been on it all night long when he's been out front. And Cody Graham trying to hang on to it, though. The battle's on for second, third.
Yes, it is. Cody Graham going to fall back to fourth here over Gavin Chatham. Graham now coming up towards the high side. Still rolling in the slick there, but look at this. Craig is in fifth. Hanging on nice and good.
Second because Barker and Krupa got in each other and no caution.
Really?
The wall, yeah, right there. Look, they got in each other, went in the wall hard too. Maybe it's because they didn't slide or they kept going. I don't know.
The salty dog caution. That's going to save Spangler and Ross Corntoff.
Ow. If I can watch here, that's Dittmer and Barker. Will happen. Back here now. Malcolm Mills replay. Boom! Just got together. Dittmer was sliding off through the track.
Man, that was Flaro he hit.
Okay. Now we should go single file.
Yes, under 10 to go. We go single file.
All right. I know Spangler's going, yes, like that.
You know, I'm not sure if single... I mean, he can get the good jump, but if Ross Carrenta can time it nice, he can theoretically get to the inside and pull a slider on Spangler. We've seen him pull a slider on Spangler right before that caution came out.
All right.
Gavin Chatham was up in the wall a couple laps prior as well. Maybe car looks all right on the number 99.
Yeah, so here we go. Spangler, Carrenta, Chatham, top three. Did anybody do anything with Spangler?
I think Craig can win.
Good. Y'all guys get up there and start battling each other and wreck.
Oh, wouldn't that be something for Craig to pick up a win here in the Hometown Heroes 410 division? What a storybook line that would be.
It could happen. Everybody in front of Craig, move over and out the way.
Craig, you need to run up.
Probably going, hey, I could afford to, you know. Here we go. Lights off on the pace truck. Been a good one here tonight. Flatline Racing Bodies, Hometown Heroes. An exciting night. We've crowned some champs. Flaro 2 times, Spangler once. Flaro 2 times. Spangler's trying to. Well, pretty much going to do Spangler here in a second. but it's been interesting because it's been back and forth between those two as we go green. Spangler out front. Boy, look, they're tearing that wall down.
Yes, they are going to be careful, though, running up as far as they are. Chatham bounces the wall down the front straight away. You see Ross Carrenta. He is maybe running a little bit smoother along the cushion. He's catching up to Spangler. Oh, you got to be easy doing that. It's real tempting to keep going higher and higher, but the higher you go, the more risk it is to hit the wall. You see Carrenta, he's closed in now to the back Nerf bar of Spangler. Can he do something?
You know, we talked about it a lot. This right here, all these cautions, I think if we get a long green flag run, might have caught up to Spangler. Remember, he's been dominant, but I've said it many a times. All those cautions come out, and it throws your rhythm off, and we see it here. Ross Carrenta has taken the lead, but Spangler says, not so fast. I'm going to try to get out of here with a win tonight.
Oh, this is going to be good. We're going to throw sliders back and forth. More sliders in a White Castle here, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. I like White Castle.
Ross Corinto once again going through the slider down. Oh, it's going to be short-lived. Salty Dog caution is out. Who
Even
is
Bixler.
the mayor?
Having pretty hard back here in the back. So see what happened to him by himself. He just got caught up in some. Oh, a car in front of him. Oh, slow. He had to get on the binders heavy, and when he did, flung him up into the wall. But unfortunately for Spangler, Ross Corinto gets to keep the spot. From what it looks like.
Yes, it looks like they're going to keep Ross Corinto out at the front. So Spangler, first time he has not been in the lead in the 410 division.
They're only going to have 4 laps to get this thing done.
3 laps.
Where'd it go?
Okay, well.
Yeah. 3, 4.
But, hey, look at his in
green white
fourth.
check.
Look at his in fourth, Joe.
3.
No, Flaro.
How in the world?
Up 11.
How? He got in a wreck early in the race. I mean, are you kidding me? This dude, I check him for steroids and his car because he's on something. I mean, this guy really don't come out here and won 2 championships. He's coming up here. He has got to be. Patrick Spangler has probably got to have nightmares of Jeff Flaro at night thinking about, I can't shake this guy. Like Freddy Krueger. Wow. Up 11
I mean, I'm as
spots.
shocked as you are. I didn't know you.
I mean, he's up 11
far
spots.
up.
Could you imagine if he was close in this championship battle? Spangler would be going, who is this guy? He's like the Terminator. He won't stop. Start calling him Flarinator.
There we go. Ross Corinto on the loud pedal. He gets a good gap to Spangler down in turn number 1. Corinto trying to pick up a feature win in the finale. Oh, Graham got up in the wall. And Flaro up in the wall as well. Oh, my.
Yeah, they're up there beating and banging that wall down. Here comes Roger Craig. He's trying to take over that 4th place. But meanwhile, Corinto's out front. Spangler struggling now as they should cap the white flag and make it one more time here for the 410 wing sprints here tonight.
It's one more corner to get to that white flag, that all-important white flag. We'll see that. Oh, never mind. We're going to see it. Caution. Salty Dog caution is out.
Wow.
And it's, oh, no. Oh, we jinxed him. Uh-oh.
Is it? Got Dittmer in it. Oh, Dittmer and Craig got together. And then Craig goes flying off through the track. Dittmer, he done.
Yeah, Craig is a wingless sprint car now. And he is doing so good, too. So we're going to have a green-white checkered coming right up, ladies and gentlemen. This ought to be pretty good as long as Spangler can get a launch over Ross Corinto. I expect a slider from somebody.
Does Spangler try to go? I mean, obviously he wants to win. He wants to lead. There is no green-white checkers in dirt racing, so this essentially is a...
Yeah, we actually
I
were
guess
going
it
to take
kind
the
of
green.
is a green-white. I mean, but it's only going to be 2 laps, so you really just like white checker.
They are going to take the green and the white at the same time.
Yeah. So it's like a white checker.
Uh-huh.
It's a new one, man. It ain't green-white, so it's like white checker.
It all depends on how good of a launch Spangler can get. If he can stay right on Ross, he can slide him down in turn 3 and 4, but the crossover move, we might see a drag race here.
In a nutshell, though, there can be no more cautions.
No, there cannot.
Because
No
it's
more
going to
yellow.
instantly turn white flag. It's not like a green-white where you would go green, you have to go around and hit the white flag. Here, as soon as it does, the flag goes, it goes white. So this is it. This can Carenta hang on for one more lap. There you go. Instantly it swings to white, then we go to checkered. Spangler's going to try everything he can to do in these last two turns.
Oh, Carenta made a mistake, but he blocks on the bottom. Spangler not going to have enough, though. Carenta with the high side momentum going to bring it to the checkered flag. Feet to race.
Flare Rex coming out of 4.
Oh, no.
Yeah, drops to 9th place. Cody Graham's going to hang on to 3rd, but man, what a finish here. Ross Carenta is going to bring it home. Patrick Spangler there in 2nd with the championship. Cody Graham come home in 3rd for the 410 Swing Sprints. Get some word in with these guys because then we're going to go North Wilkesboro racing here. Late model action. Waiting for these guys to pop up here real quick. Word with them. Good race.
Absolutely.
All right, I tell you what, let's bring up Ross Carenta. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Ross, you got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you showed up on the last night of the season, coming home strong with the win. Just talk us through how you were able to get that done.
Yeah, the top was just really fast. If you were able to hold it right up against the wall, it was obviously the quick way around. And luckily, I think I did a slider and yellow came out at kind of the right time and was able to hold on to the lead after that.
Absolutely, you did a good job at making the caution fall right into your hands there. You got anybody like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Phantom Motorsport guys, Vanderbilt guys, M9 Setups. I know it's a fixed league, but still got to give them a shout out. Velocity Race Design, Par Outdoors, Weckl Sportswear. You guys for putting on the broadcast and everybody behind the scenes at Coast to Coast making this thing work and keeping it going.
There you have, folks. Your race winner in the 410s, Ross Carenta.
Absolutely. Let's bring this guy here. Pulled her home in 3rd here tonight, Cody Graham.
Hey, Cody, you get a copy on me?
Yes.
Well, coming home in a podium finish in the final race of the 410 division, just talk us through how you were able to get it done.
Just starting up front. No one really had anything for Patrick in any of the sprint car races. And I see Ross showed up, which was good. I was hoping maybe they could wreck each other so I could end up with a cheeky W, since I think I was like the only one in the top 7 in points who couldn't get a win. So I was hoping for that, but I'll take the 3rd.
And you should come home 2nd in the points as well here in the 410 and get anybody like to thank the...
Yeah, Fast Eddie's and all my teammates. This was the first season run the league, so getting 2nd in 410s is a nice accomplishment, and especially behind Patrick, who I think he's wiped the floor with everybody. He's won probably, I think he's going to go on to win 7 titles, so not a bad guy to lose to.
Absolutely. There you have, folks, your 3rd place driver, Cody Graham.
Absolutely, doing a good job. Let's bring this guy up here, finished 2nd, but he got the title. Patrick, Joy in the booth, you got a copy?
Yep, gotcha.
Well, you was able to hang on this time. Just got that lead took away from you in the win. I mean, was there anything, or was the cautions that hurt you out here?
No, Ross was pretty quick. We battled on Monday night too, and we both ate the wall in 3 and 4, and we kept eating the wall tonight. He did mess up on that white flag, or I thought it was going to be green, white checkers, but it just went green checkers. But if I would have stayed up high when he messed up, I might have had a shot, but I was trying to pull a slider, hit the bottom, and I just followed him to the turn. So, no, it was a good race. He's always races clean. He's a fast guy, so it was a good race, though.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you finally put yourself out there in the championship tonight. I mean, I know you were trying to grab those ones from Flero early on, but you got the 410s here tonight. Awesome season. I mean, take us through a little bit of how was you feeling all this season here in the Hometown Heroes?
Middle part of the season, I started off good, and a couple of them started off with wins in the first couple of weeks, and then just had a couple of bad weeks getting caught up in wrecks or driving aggressive and gotten wrecked. So I just need to settle back down. But with the some of the talent in here, you can't have too many off nights, otherwise you lose. So just need more consistency next season and try to repeat.
No doubt about it. Well, you got the 410 championship here tonight. You got anybody you want to thank for a good finish?
Yeah, just you and Corey for the awesome broadcast each week. Roger on the league. Ross at Velocity Race Designs for the paint scheme. Train Wheels Racing. Dad and Uncle back home watching.
There you go. That's the champ here tonight. Coming home in second place, Patrick Spangler for the 410 wing sprints. Well, folks, we got one more here for the Hometown Heroes. We're going to some late models. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here in just a few. All right, here we go, folks. Got the late models out here tonight on the asphalt. So we did all our dirts. 305, 360, 410s here for the Hometown Heroes. Now we got the Lucy Olson Mission 22 late models here, car tours, North Wilkesboro style. And we got we thought the other championship was tight. This one, it's tied.
Absolutely, it is tied. Same exact points for both Andrew Smith and Brandon Templeton. And right now, Templeton is third on the board in practice, and Smith is 8th on the board. But that don't matter. Practice don't pay nothing, Joe. What does pay is qualifying and the feature.
That's true.
should be rolling over to qualifying any moment. Yep, here we go. We've just rolled on over. We're rolling on over.
Let's see who's going to get this qualifying here.
Remember, 5 bonus points to whoever sets pole, so if one of your top 2 can set it, that would make them off pretty good.
We need to do a pill draw on this one.
We do. You know how crazy that could get?
Yeah, just say we're going to skip qualifying, just wherever they put you, there you go. That'd be wild. That's how I'd do it on the league. I'd be like, you know what, guys? Because you never know, you might put the fast guy in the back.
Yeah, especially with no heat races, that would turn everything interesting.
Hey,
we got out on track.
Look at the draw right there. Hey, is that balloons being sent off in the infield?
Where? Hold on.
Overhead shot. It looks.
Yeah, that's green balloons.
What I thought. It is balloons.
Oh, let's go.
I never noticed it.
It's adorable. What? Really? Oh, come on, man, it is.
It look like balloons, though.
Templeton right now, top of the board, does not get the lap set, and lap number 2 had to scrape the wall somewhere, but he'll set the standard at 18.552.
Oh, no, wait a minute. If he scrapes the wall, don't that disqualify his time?
Yeah, it didn't count his time on lap 2. Hey, he counted.
But that should have disqualified. I always thought if you hit the wall anytime through qualifying, that should disqualify the whole times.
No, just the lap you do on. But Andrew Smith not sitting pretty good right now. See what he can do in lap number 2. Does he improve any? He does. Of 18.590, put him up to 3rd.
Yep, sure does. I always thought it was the.
No,
never mind. Dickens just took the 5 points away from him. Uh-oh.
Oh, now we are going.
Templeton's probably going, come on, man. I could have been 5 up going in. Oh.
Now
I'm back to tied going into this thing. You kidding? The balloons are gone now.
Man, everybody's upset.
I know. I thought those look like balloons. Overhead shot.
But I mean, all intensive purposes, Templeton will, by lap 1, be scored points leader. By theory. Unless he gets here. Well, I mean, he'll technically be ahead of Andrew Smith. He could get wrecked out, I guess, Joe. We could see a wreck on lap 1 and Templeton be involved in it.
Johnson's last one on the field here. Lynn Olson. Ish Cannon
putting in his lap. See what he can do. The number 19, Itch Cannon, as he called himself. And he scraped the wall right at the line. Does not count lap number 1. Can he get lap number 2 to count?
Ladies and gentlemen, if we lose... Hey, let me go ahead and tell y'all ahead of time. If the stream all of a sudden dies, my wife is over here working on a drop cord, and when she plugs it up, if I lose power, that's what happens.
Oh, hell.
Just giving you a heads up if y'all all of a sudden see the stream go dead.
What's gonna happen?
She's over there working on a drop cord, and I told her, I said, she goes, well, we're gonna go see if it works. And I went, so if power goes out, I know what happened. The breaker flips. So if we all of a sudden lose connection here, that you know what happened, folks.
Oh boy.
My wife's trying to be an electrician. There we go.
All right, hold on.
Look, everyone else's wives, they're out there cooking or doing something. Mine over there, man, trying to burn the house down. That's all right.
Well, that does it for
I'll be right back here. I gotta step away, but we got a race gonna start here soon.
In 30 seconds. Get a nice view of the infield there, Norfolk Spur 1987 edition. iRacing did a wonderful job coming in here. Dale Jr. and crew cleaning up the weeds and making it scannable for iRacing, bringing us the Norfolk Spur. Of course, we had the All-Star race in real life just a couple weeks ago. Here we go. Cars are girding up. Crown us one more champion on a Wednesday night here at the Coast to Coast Racing League. And the car's Tour late model stock car. Should be a good one. On off. Hopefully Joe comes back soon, fellas, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we are on the Blippy Mobile, the Blippy Cam. Want to do a couple of pace laps here. Get them all lined up and in order. 23 cars on the track. The 0.6 of a mile oval. Goes uphill on one end of the track and downhill on the other. So down here in turn 2, going into 3, it goes up a hill. Coming out of 4, it goes down the hill, down in turn number 1. We will see the Lucy Olsen green flag out in the air. Here we go, Dickens and Templeton side by side down in turn number 1. Templeton now with the advantage over Brian Dickens. So he'll officially lead lap number 1, pick up the bonus points for leading the lap. That'll help him out even more within the points battle. Again, he came in here tied in the points at 8-12 apiece. Him and Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith still riding in the 5th position, and Salty Dog caution is out. Get it on the Malcolm Mill replay here. Maybe looking at the back of the field here around near Bruce Windsor, maybe Mark Gilbert. Windsor getting a little bit of a tuna. So caution number 1 on the track early on here. Still your race leader, Brandon Templeton over Brian Dickens. They started 1-2. Just flip-flop the position. Daniel Blau in 3rd. Jason Hand in 4th. Andrew Smith in 5th. Templeton trying to pick up not only the race win, but the championship here. And the cars to our late model stock cars at the Coast2Coast Racing League. Lights are shut off on the iRacing pace car. Get them around here, turn number 4. We'll see the Mission 22 restart zone. Lucy Olsen up in the flag saying she's going to wave the green flag for us. Here we go, get in the box for the Mission 22 restart zone, and they are off. Lucy Olsen waving the green flag. Top 3 all single file each other out at the front. First car up on the high side, that's Jason Hyand in 4th. Then you got side by side Dan McLaren, Andrew Smith. Smith in the purple and black car, McLaren in the yellow and black. Nice battle there. That's for a top 5 position. It's going to be short-lived as we get another salty dog caution. It might have been a pretty big wreck. It is. We got a parking lot on the front straightaway. Clean up on aisle 1, I guess. Get us the Malcolm Mills replay up on your screen. Might have been near Roland Olsen, maybe? Might get the replay up. We don't, well, and I apologize if Joe's doing something, but I'm not sure what he's doing exactly. So still Templeton out at the front. Over Brian Dickens, Daniel Blau, Jason Hand, Dan McLaren out in top 5.
Hi, sorry about that, folks. Had to step away there.
Okay, well, you missed the big old parking lot on the front
We'll go
stretch.
back and watch it one more time. How's that?
There we go.
Mills replay.
There's our Malcolm
Brandon
Mills.
is Cannon. Always good to have a parking lot. Barbecue machine back there.
So we had a fish fry and we're having a barbecue.
Yeah.
I guess a tuna.
Is Cannon. He said he wants some chicken. Look at that. Well, that just closed up the whole field. Roger Craig involved. Oh, man. Okay. Our points. Smith's still there in 6th. Running that, I gotta find who's running that barbecue.
Would be John Krupa.
Cool looking car.
Yeah, it is. Dinosaur Barbecue.
Yeah. About eating no dinosaurs. Alright, here we go. Back green.
Yes, we are. We're going to go back green. Templeton going to lead us into the Mission 22 restart box. And Lucy Olsen up there in the flag stand. She's going to wave the green flag for us.
That's right.
That's right.
Templeton is trying to say, you know what, I just want to win this thing. No doubts that I put it win the championship. Jumps out front. Well, they are almost 3 wide behind him.
Oh, Ma definitely too wide there for third. Daniel Blau on the inside. Jason Hand up top. Here comes Dan McLaren now looking on the inside. Hand. And being forced up top. But look at that. Andrew Smith as well on the high side right there in front of the Corgi Mobile. That's Colin Johnston.
Smith, though, he's caught in the middle of that up top. Not where he wants to be. He'd love to be down on the low side. Gonna try, but just still can't get it open. I guess the saving grace to him right now, he's in the middle of those two cars.
Yeah, but he's boxed in up in the middle of the
Johnson, man,
Johnson.
Look out.
Almost through wide.
Hey, Johnson got slick.
The Corgi must have took a peek.
Yeah. Templeton still, and Smith's just seeing his championships hope, man. Wendell, Templeton's out front leading this one. Every lap he leads is just that much closer to a championship.
Yeah, not to mention he has a 5-point bonus for leading a lap. He's en route for leading the most laps, getting 2 extra bonus points. So Smith almost needs Templeton to start falling off with tires or something.
Oh, yeah. Smith right now battling on that inside with Hand. Johnson on the preferred line where he needs to be. Bittenfield up there in 5th. Clarence, so far, everybody's just playing it patient.
So it is nice and patient. Top 5, the first battle there. We're looking at it. Andrew Smith now under pressure from Cody Graham. Smith kind of losing ground to the guys running on the high side. Maybe not quite as comfortable around this racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, you ultimately want to be on the inside, but if you're not running good down there, you can lose some spots to the guy on that outside middle groove. Car's not handling well.
Yeah, and remember this track, it goes uphill coming out of turn number 2, down in turn 3, and then it goes downhill from turn 4 all the way to turn 1. You see Johnson go way up high down in entry of 3. Andrew Smith, is he going to clear? He had the clearance, he just did not go for the slider on Colin Johnson. He'll officially take over 7th spot. Now they go back side by side. Johnson trying to make it work on the high side. Usually not something you see around this racetrack.
This battle going on back here around 18th.
Oh, wow. We got a Whataburger car back here.
That's back there hammering around. You got Kemper, Chapman.
Oh,
the good
man.
As we just see
Wow.
right there, the good in the wall. Caution, caution.
Oh, boy.
Might
the
slap his
Whataburger.
buns. Well, probably not what Templeton wanted to see. I want to see this thing just go on, go green, get it over with, go home, win championship. We're under caution here. Multi-dog caution, folks. Definitely check out everything you need at c2crl.com. Championship week here at the Coast2Coast Racing League. It's been a good night here for the hometown heroes. We've crowned champs in the 305, 360, and 410 wing sprints. Now we're going to crown a champ here in the car tours late models. That man right there, Templeton, you're seeing, he's coming tied with Andrew Smith right now by him leading and all. He's going to fill that tiebreaker, but he's still got some more championships to hand out. Along with this one, tomorrow night, tune in, Coast2Coast Racing League on YouTube. They might have. I'm not sure if they broadcast the ones on Friday or not. Even though if they do have races, then it definitely will be championships there.
No,
check out. What's that?
They don't have Friday.
Okay. Definitely check out C2CRL. Give you all the updated information you need, and keep a watch, because for next season, I know we'll take probably a week or so off. Then we'll crank her back up here for some hometown heroes. Has been an exciting season so far. I've enjoyed it.
So I've enjoyed it as well. And next week they got the week 13. Make sure you go sign up. It's $10 a class, or you can run the whole entire week, Sunday through Thursday, for $20. That's
I
right.
think they need to update them flags out there. First Union ain't around anymore.
Okay,
Wells
Joe,
Fargo.
this is the 1987 track. We are in 1987.
But technically, wouldn't it be still the 1996?
Okay, so they scan the track, and it has the
96 was the last time they, well, except for the All-Star, was the last time they raced here NASCAR-wise. So it was the Winston Cup at that time. I know. I don't like to hear it, but
no.
back then, that was when racing was racing. And you can see there's no safer barriers here. So I'm going to say they eventually will rescan this track.
I mean, other than, like, the track surface is the same, but, I mean, you got the safer barrier. I mean, we obviously don't have a guardrail on the inside. The guardrail is a little outdated here, Joe.
You know, it's going to happen. But here's my thing. It is. I don't want to see them repave this track because it brings about the old surface. And as soon as they repave it, they're going to put that new surface stuff on, and it's just going to mess this track. It's going to be like any other short track out there then. So, yeah. But it's going to happen. Green flag.
Look at this battle going on for fourth, and never mind, we got a parking lot once again down in turn number 3, and they are everywhere in the grass, on the track. Some of them might be in the outfield. Oh boy.
You stay green.
No, we're under caution right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're under
caution.
Yeah. Started around like Bruce Windsor area.
Yeah. Go check out what happened on his end. Spinning of the tires on the start. In that red machine right there. It's a good start.
Break it down for you here, folks.
The 3 wide back there. Ish Cannon says I'm gonna take it on the high side, and then they just together. They just got together, and then from there, Roger Craig don't know where to go. He's off on the track. Comes back up the track. Your car's going through the grass again.
That's Roland Olsen in the blue car.
Wow.
Wow. So parking lot number 2. I figured the red car was wanting to get some barbecue. You already got the tuna fish earlier. Let me see if I can't find the tuna fish car. Who is it anyways? I'm being out of the race.
For a tuna car? There's a tuna fish car?
Yes, there is a tuna fish car somewhere out here.
Star Kiss right there. Gilbert. It is.
How often do you see that?
I don't think I have ever seen in the history of racing, NASCAR wise that is, right? I ain't seen it in any racing. Star Kiss. I like the back of it. Something smells fishy. But I've never seen a Star Kiss car out there. I mean, tuna. There you go.
I'll boot that.
Wow. Unique.
We got the tuna, we got the barbecue out here, you got everything.
You got a lot of food cars.
You got a Whataburger car. Guess all the food groups being represented.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, though.
Green flag, green flag.
Look at that. Good start once again for Templeton. And oh my, we're going side by side for a second. Maybe not quite yet. Dickens going to get cleared to the bottom in front of Daniel Blau. Now the battle is on behind those two drivers. Benefield on the inside in the all black car. You got Dan McLaren in the black car with the yellow numbers. On the outside, that's for the battle for fourth. McLaren trying to hold it on. He's super tough to keep it on the high side, and look at this behind them. They are getting dicey. They're getting dicey about everywhere right here. Oh, yeah, my God. Door slamming. Yeah, we did. Almost made some not so good friend with Dan McLaren.
And he, unfortunately, goes way up the track, loses a lot of positions back there in the back. He's in 10th. Smith's trying. He's hanging on to 6, but man, the more these laps just wind off, more that championship is just kind of slipping away.
I mean, I figure right now Templeton has the 2 bonus points for leading the most laps. Definitely has the bonus point for leading a lap. Pretty much, unless Templeton were to get moved out of the way and fall way back behind Smith, it's all but Templeton's race. Oh my, look at that. Blau got up into the wall with the right rear. Almost opened up the door for Dan McLaren.
Yeah. I mean, Smith just needs to keep fighting because, like you said, it's not over with. Templeton could get in trouble, even though he is, good contact right there. Blau and McLaren's racing hard, but yeah, even though Templeton's out front leading, he definitely, man, get up there, slip up a little bit, get in trouble. And, even with those bonus points, he's not out of the woodwork yet.
Not quite yet. And ain't ever till the dogs come a barking. I don't know. I can't ever figure out the saying for that.
Little fat ladies.
Okay, I didn't want to say it like.
There you go. Hey, look, I don't care.
Oh, come on. You just offended about half your crowd.
Oh, man.
Oh.
We're jolly old people. We love to eat.
I know.
We like food.
Oh, boy.
Templeton wants to win. He likes winning. Smith's right there. He's trying. This is just a tough track to pass. You just can't just go blowing through the field. We haven't had pit stops yet either.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to have pit stops in these cars unless it's a bigger track. But, it's so hard to make a pass.
North Wilkesboro's one of the bigger ones, eh?
Yeah, 0.63 miles. I think this is one of our bigger tracks we've gone to.
Like last week was a real short track.
Short.
You got these guys nose to tail right here. That's between Blau, McLaren, Bentonfield, Smith.
Any one of these drivers could send it in a little bit too hard, get in the back end of someone. You could see a wreck. McLaren washes up the track.
Don't blink, but I'm going to tell you what, Dickens is closing in on Templeton.
Is he?
Look at him. He's reeling him in. It's slight, but he's reeling him in. I mean, he was a 10th faster that last time.
Ish cannon down in the grass.
Yeah, Ish cannon. Grass, man.
Doing some lawn mowing.
He hit the wall hard. He needs to stay down there. Go on pit road. Don't you spin out on that track now.
Oh, don't spin. I mean,
why don't you go on pit road?
Oh, he's all right.
Looks like a lawnmower.
Okay. It does look like a lawnmower.
Come on, man.
Okay, well, he don't have a meatball. He has all the right to stay out there.
He don't have a meatball. That thing looks like a meatball. Seriously, he got a meatball, but that thing looks like a half modified. I mean, look at it.
Yeah, but he ain't in that last. Yeah, there he is.
It's got skinny.
Oh boy. Well, look at this. Dickens has been closed in.
And look at Blau. Yeah, never mind. There's Blau. He just got turned.
There goes McLaren and Blau and
Smith involved. Smith was able to get through it, but yeah, that's gonna be. Just watch that live. I mean, Blau just got ran over.
Oh, we have a couple of them. Craig is around at the back as well.
All right, I know Templeton's going. Thank you, because man, Dickens was catching him. All them other guys were catching. Got a feeling. The good thing is there's Smith. I was able to move up to 4th. That's not what Templeton wants to see.
No, Smith was somehow able to squeak on through. I mean, it has a little bit of damage on the right front, but other than that, that
mess
is
up
a
the
clean
the
car.
motor or steering. I think he might be alright.
Yeah, you got very minimal damage out of that. Cosmetic.
Got on the hood of that thing. Perfect. Frog. Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, that's an owl.
Oh, it is?
Uh-huh.
That's a frog.
Perfect Endeavor Expressions.
I don't know what that stands for.
Oh,
Look it up on Google. That is.
I can make sure I spell it right.
Google will correct you. That's what I like about Google. If I don't know how to spell something, I spell it like the best I can, and it usually helps me out. But Google can be used for a good spell check. Templeton out front. Hometown heroes here tonight. Lucy Olson, Mission 22, Bar Tours. Let us know who your favorite drivers are out there. Who you rooting for, who you ain't rooting for. Hit the likes and shares. Appreciate it. Don't cost anything. You didn't hit that. Promise you. Or he might try to charge you, but not me.
I can't find anything on it.
Really? We ain't looking hard enough.
I spelled it the exact same thing.
We probably spelled it wrong.
I did not spell it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. We'll ask him if he gets top 3.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe get up here and if I was Templeton, I'd be worried about him bumping and running me.
I mean, I hate to say it, but like that's probably the easiest way to take home a championship. Maybe not the fan favorite way.
Now look, I like the true bump and run. I don't want to see anybody getting up there hooking somebody or wrecking them in the wall. But a true bump and run where basically you lay your back bumper on the bumper, you lay your front bumper on the back of their bumper, and you're basically giving them a little shove and make them carry more speed into the turn than they want. And essentially what it does is it pushes them up the track and allows you just to zoom right on the inside of it. And in all fairness, if done right, one or two things can happen. One, you're going to pass them, or two, you're going to be side by side coming out of the turn. Then you're going to be door beating each other to death, which to me, then there's all fair too, because you're side by side. But if you get to that right rear or left rear and you hook a guy, to me, no, come on. Man.
Okay, if he does a true bump and run, he has to bump him enough to where Templeton were to fall back about to the 7th position or so.
What would happen if he gets more in traffic? Hey, look at Dickens, though. Dickens, I'm telling you, Dickens turned up the wick, and this thing ain't over with. I mean, we got 20 laps to go. Templeton might be thinking, okay, I'm in good, but what he wants to see is Bentonfield get back here and battle. He doesn't want Dickens to get on his back door.
What Smith wants is either Dickens or Benefield, it don't really matter who, get up there and maybe push Templeton out of the way a little bit, force him to be on the outside. We got a car on the grass. He's more than likely, come on, Butch Baker. Come on. No caution, no caution.
Going.
Hey, there we go. Good job, Butch.
Keep going. I want this thing, man, to go green the rest of the way because I got a feeling it's going to be interesting here. If it does, how can Templeton hold them off? Because the longer it's going, I think that the cautions are benefiting Templeton, but the long green flags are hurting him.
Yeah, those tires have got to be hurting on the 31 machine. You see Dickens able to get maybe a little bit better of a entrance than Templeton. Templeton maybe better in 2 exit. About that even there in 3 and 4. See down here in turn 1, you see Dickens. He sends it real deep in. And here comes Tyler Benefield. Oh, Benefield! Oh my! Look at that!
Smith
and Smith's going to take advantage.
Look at Smith's going! Yay! Oh, Smith's going, man. All right. Problem is, now I got to catch Templeton. But boy, hey, at least he got a blessing right there.
Yes, he does. Now Smith. I mean, mathematically speaking, even if Smith wins, Templeton should have the championship locked up as long as he don't fall back
Just
too
don't
far.
think Smith's got the car to run him down. Now, Dickens is like the faster one out there. I don't want to take anything away from Smith, but it just seems like something's off with his car tonight.
Oh man, Smith just ran an 1876 compared to an 1895.
Oh, true.
Still has a good bit of laps. Maybe catch up to the Gilbert going on.
That are just going to back up on.
Well, this actually might be better to stay on the grass. There you go.
Bob did good. He did good.
Good job.
Back up on it. Good job. Good job. Templeton out front. That was an 82 to 96. Problem is, his laps are just winding down quick. 12 to go.
81 to 0-0 for Smith being the quicker driver, and it's all gonna be short-lived as we get a salty dog caution. Who is it? Is it our friend? No, it's Tim Chapman.
Chapman. What happened to him in the back here? Oh, he just got punched.
Roland Olsen sending it deep on Tim Chapman.
Olsen said, "Get out the way."
All
right, now did Templeton want to see this? Yes, he's going to have the preferred line. Yes, he's going to have the start as a leader. But he's going to have Smith right there. And if Smith... I mean, to me, Smith's got to be aggressive here. I go back to, you don't want to wreck the guy. But he has got to, if he wants any hope of winning this championship, he cannot play this conservative. Asleep?
Nah, I'm just trying to figure out bonus points here for Templeton. If he has 0 incident points, it's 5. He has a point for leading lap, that's 2.
He almost had to fall out, probably, I'm going to say around 10th place.
He's got 12 points in bonus points here. And that is 6 spots. So,
all right, so in other words, what you're trying to say is Smith's going to have to pretty much send him into the outfield somewhere.
Templeton needs to be sent to the very top of the track and lose about 6 spots here.
Now, let me throw this out here to you, Corey. And again, I don't advocate for anybody wrecking anybody. Let me say that right off the bat. I don't want to ever see anybody wrecking. Normally, you're going to get penalties, maybe suspension and so forth, but this is the final race of the season. How far do you go as a driver to win this thing?
I still think you got to at least do the bump and run and hope that somehow Templeton gets trapped on the high side and loses 6 spots in the last couple of laps.
I agree. That's fair enough. I agree with you on that. I would think the same way. All the benefits are there for Templeton. None right now for Smith, though.
Okay.
That's the bad thing. That's the bad thing.
Spots.
Templeton's got all the good stuff because he's going to be on the inside. He gets to start because he's the leader. So I'm going to say Smith's going to have to drive this thing into turn 1. Problem is he's probably going to end up with Dickens on his inside. Unless he gets a good restart.
Yeah, unless Smith can just clear Templeton down the back stretch.
Now, if you're Templeton, what are you back here thinking, going through your mind, going like, well, man, is Dickens going to, or Smith's going to send that thing in there? Is Dickens going to send it in? Am I safe because I'm out here out front? Because I'm me, I don't care if you're running for a championship. If I'm as fast as you are, I'm going to race you hard.
I mean, Templeton has to realize the situation. I mean, Smith is going to get 2 points if he leads the laps, but Smith might have some penalty points for incidents here as well. Templeton right now, as long as he finishes, I'd say top 5, he's safe and good. But look at that jump. Yeah, he did.
Wow. Lucy Olsen, green flag, and this is exactly what Templeton wanted to see. Dickens. So maybe at this point, Smith's only recourse might be let Dickens get up there and harass. Never mind, that's going to be short-lived. We got a caution. Jeffrey Barker went off the track. See what happened. I don't want this thing to end in a caution. I mean, we're getting close to that, so I'd love to get the rest of this green flag because I think it's going to be interesting. Cautions are going to play into Templeton's hands here. Watch this Malcolm Mills replay. Parker just gets a little bump in the back.
Yeah, I don't think Lyle's going to get a new car anytime soon.
I mean, these cautions here, because obviously in asphalt they run off down, and with only, 4 to go, yeah. This here definitely plays in the hands of Templeton. I would have liked to have seen that thing go green the entire time just to see, but maybe if this could be a...
It's going to be green on checker, Jeff.
Maybe single file? That would be cool.
No single file on asphalt.
They could force it.
They could very well force it, but I don't want to see him go single file.
Well, what I'm saying is that might help Smith. Might be his only thing that he might be able to get around Templeton. Because if he's on the outside, I don't like saying it this way. I just don't think there's any way he's getting around Templeton.
Okay, Templeton got around Dickens off the initial green flag on the outside.
But that was on brand new tires.
Okay. Come on, man. Just saying, have some faith in Smith here. He's probably saved some
faith. I got some faith, man. The Templeton man's got the control of this field.
Templeton's like, as long as I don't get moved and lose about 10 spots, I'm good. Because that's all it's going to take for Smith to win is Templeton needs lose about 6 or so spots or more. Green, white, checkered, 1 of 2, so get 2 chances at finishing under green here. We'll remind you how a green, white, checkered works. They will take the green, they will drive all the way around this 0.63 mile track. If they get to the white flag, well, the race is all but over, and no matter what happens, it'll be the end of the race. If they don't get back to the line, well, we rack them and stack them, try again for attempt number 2. And as a fan, I'm sure they want to see some carnage here.
Yeah, well, I mean, as fans you do, as drivers you don't, as league owners you're probably like, let's just end it out clean. Templeton don't want to see any carnage.
Oh boy, Smith has to be on his A game right here. He's got to get that jump. The pace car lights are off, hopefully for one last time spring season for the hometown hero and Knight. Templeton. He's going to lead us into the Mission 22 restart zone. Lucy Olson ready to wave that green flag. Who gets the jump? Templeton, good launch. Smith, maybe good. He's going to get clear.
What he needed to. He needed to get in the inside, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, here you go. This is what he needed. They're 3 wide behind him, but, man, Smith's going to try to dive it on the inside.
How does Smith play this game out? Does he do a bump and run on Templeton? White flag is out. I don't know. Smith not as close.
Oh, behind him. 2 more turns. Can Smith, man, do it? Nope, he's just going to be able to be right there, man. Templeton has just done a masterful job all night long. Led the laps. He's going to put it in the championship, but Smith right there behind him. What a good one. And Graham going to come up there. Cody in 3rd, but what a finish. Cap this one off. I think if Andrew Smith would have had a better qualifying, just by what I saw right there, I think he would have been up there with Templeton all night.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Smith, with the qualifying effort he had, just put him in the hole.
Yeah, no doubt.
Should have actually 1, 2, 3 in the points and 1, 2, 3 on the track. And we'll see once points update of Graham. Never mind. Actually, Smith. Not what? Hold on. Smith taking a drop week from some week and falls back to 4th in points. Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, nonetheless, it was a good one here to cap off a hometown heroes here in the Coast2Coast Racing League. We had the 305, the 360, the 410s, and then we come up here with the late models. Wow, what a season, Corey. I mean, I don't know. It has just been exciting. Still waiting for some of these guys to jump up here. There we go. We got Andrew Smith. Graham, we'll bring up Graham. Let's get work.
Hey, Cody, you got a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, up 10 spots here in the late model stock cars at North Wilkesboro. Just talk us through that race and how you're able to get it done.
Yeah, just a war of attrition is usually this class is. But, the first, 6 weeks, I think I wrecked almost every race. And then these last 6, I think I got a podium in every single one. So ending at Strawn's good. I know because of the drop weeks, I don't know where points ended up. I may have been able to snag 3rd or 2nd. But yeah, had a good run at the end on the outside. Really needed that to end up 3rd. And we'll see where it shakes out after they update everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to see if it's updated or not. I'm not seeing Norfolk. There it is. It updated. Yeah, you are scored in 3rd in points, so good job on that.
Yep, I'll take it after, like I said, that rough start. I think I finished literally, once out of the first 6. So ending at Strawn's good way to close out the year.
Absolutely good, strong finish for you in this series. You got anybody like to thank tonight?
Yeah, Fast Eddie's Hot Rods, all my teammates, Jake, John, Joe, Eddie when he can. And you guys with the broadcast, and Roger and the guys for the league for the whole season. It was a fun time.
There you have, folks, your 3rd place man and the points and on the track, Cody Graham.
Absolutely. Doing an outstanding job. This man here, Andrew Smith, tried to do everything he could, bring him up, finished it out in 2nd.
Hey, Andrew, you get a copy on me?
Yes, I do.
Well, man, 2nd on the track, 2nd in the points, just not enough to get it done. Just talk us through this race and your season.
Yeah, that was the season itself. I'd call it a success. First season for these cars for the league. First time anybody's driven them, but they're a lot of fun to drive. I hope they stick around. As far as the race is concerned, I knew that after practice, the tires would be completely shot on a lot of guys, so I was definitely trying to save early on. That's why I was running around 6th, 7th range, just trying to save them. And I was just talking to Brandon in the waiting room, and he said he definitely used them up, and I was hauling, but catching them at the end, I was really hoping it was going to stay green, because it probably could have passed them if it stayed green without the green-white checkers, but it is what it is. That's racing. Come back and we'll get it again next year.
Absolutely. Either way, good job 2nd in the points. You got anybody like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Spartan and Venom Racing, Perfect Endeavor Expressions, WeldStar Custom Fabrications, you guys for the broadcast, C2C for the league, all the boys on both teams. It's fantastic racing with all these guys. They're a good bunch of guys.
There you have, folks. That's your 2nd place driver, Andrew Smith.
Absolutely. With this guy here, we're going to bring it up here for the E-Extreme ETV Victory Lane. Brandon, Joe in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Well, you was able to hang on all race long, but was you a little worried with how that race started to pan out there at the end?
I was definitely worried. I got the spotter told me my right front was wearing out with about 10 to go, and I saw Andrew. He was gaining a ton on me there, turn 1 and 2 especially. Just trying to back up my corner a little bit, but at the same time, I was afraid to kind of get dive bombed a little bit. So just hanging on, and to be honest, those cautions really saved me. So, but we'll take it.
Hey, like I always say, sometimes to be better than lucky than good, but you definitely was good out here tonight. Put it on pole, put it out front, and or put it starting in 2nd, and then put it out front early on. Led pretty much most of this race here tonight. I mean, hey, you're the champ. How's that feel?
Feels really good, especially, first season of the Cars Tour and the late model stock cars on pavement. I've never run anything like that or really been around it in real life. So to come in here and win the championship was really satisfying and a lot of fun.
Well, I tell you what, they can't take it away tonight. You're the Car Tours late models here for the hometown heroes. You got anybody you want to thank for pulling off the championship and the win here, the season finale?
Yeah, you bet. I got to thank Jay Burdick with Dirt Track Bank, Malvern Bank there in Malvern, Iowa. Go to dirttrackbank.com, for all your banking needs. Check it out and support racing while you're doing it. Got your 6 Racing Network with Joe Halter. Everything they're doing to support veterans, and Mission 22 is a really awesome deal. So cool to be a part of that and help him out. Hammer Down Racing with Joe, Kurt, and Brian. Brian was kind of helping me in that race. I mean, not on purpose. I told him to race me hard and clean and not worry about the points, but kind of helped once I got in front of him, had a little cushion. I knew he wasn't going to dive bomb it. So thanks to him. Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Big C's Lawn Care. You guys for putting on the stream, Corey and Joe, thanks a lot. And everyone that helps put on the league and everyone watching at home, thanks.
There you go, champ tonight, winner in Victory Lane, Brandon Templeton for our hometown heroes, late models here, Car Tours. Corey, what a way to cap it off. It was exciting. We had some interesting battles for the championship in the 305, 360, and in the 410 wing sprints, and then coming out here with the late models. It was definitely some close racing.
Absolutely. I mean, a good 12 whole weeks of racing. Hometown Heroes, plus the Topside Tuesday from last night. Every single division came down to pretty much about the last night of racing.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in to tomorrow, Coast to Coast Racing League. Check it out on C2CRL. But for myself and everyone, we're going to leave here for the Hometown Heroes. Until next season, everyone have a good night.